Yes.
Bienvenue to Lennon. Welcome everybody to our first, there's an echo. Here. You want that? Thank you. To our first council meeting of this term. And I'd like to congratulate everyone around the table who was either acclaimed or elected. And I look forward to working with all of you for the next 4 years. And based on that, and because we do have some new faces, I would like to start with Mayor Corey Spence and ask each of you to introduce yourself by name and then state which municipality you're representing. Okay, Corey?
Said it. My name is Mayor Corey Spence and I'm the mayor of Blue 79. Thank you.
My name is Jordan Evans and I'm the mayor of Waltham.
Colleen Larbier, Mayor of Litchfield.
Doris Thomashe, Mayor of Shaneboro.
Randy Peel, Mayor of Camels Bay.
Joanne Ralston, mayor of Carson.
Jeff Sid, Mayor of Pocono. Bill McClary.
Sandra Armstrong, Madison Street, Pontiac.
Edward Walsh, Mayor of Clarendon.
Kevin Murphy, Mayor of Port Edward.
Roger LaFont, mayor of Rapid Dishwasher.
Terry Murdoch, Mayor of Thorn.
Radu Kadgo, Mayor of Kilmet Island.
Jennifer Quayle, Mayor of Water Lake. Denise Squiddy, Mayor of Aileen and Gaylord.
Valentine and Graham, mayor of Bristol.
Paul Gaudio, mayor of Chichester.
Very good. Good yourself.
What's that? Director General, the MRC.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. The attendance sheet has gone around. Hopefully you've all signed it. I'd like to just remind everybody that of the captation de la séance, a YouTube recording of the sitting. Cette séance publique du Conseil est enregistrée et diffusée en direct sur le compte YouTube de la MRC de Pontiac. L'enregistrement est également rendu disponible le jour suivant la séance sur le site web de la MRC de Pontiac. This public sitting of council is recorded and broadcast live on the MRC Pontiac YouTube account, which is at MRC Pontiac 920. The recording is also made available the day after the sitting on the MRC Pontiac website. And we would like to welcome our audience who are helping and watching us virtually. Hopefully the sound is good. And just a reminder to everyone around the table, we have the owl in the middle of the table, which is quite sensitive. So we'll try to just have one person speaking at a time and try to keep the whispering to a minimum. Thank you. I'd like to go to number 3, the déclaration d'utilisation de la langue de son choix. It's the use of language of your choice. Je rappelle l'importance pour les membres du Conseil régional et les autres participants à la séance de s'exprimer librement dans la langue de leur choix. Au besoin, il y aura la présence sur place d'une ressource de la MRC pour assurer une traduction. I'd like to reiterate the importance for regional council members and other participants in the sitting to express themselves freely in the language of their choice. If necessary, a resource of the MRC will be available to ensure translation. We'll go to number 4, which is the Déclaration de la fête sur le décor. And there is going to be a slight modification, which was requested by one of our mayors. Nous sommes élus par les gens de Pontiac pour les représenter au meilleur de nos capacités. Ils s'attendent à ce que nous menions nos réunions d'une manière professionnelle. J'écouterai très attentivement les débats et les discussions de cette réunion et si j'entends des paroles négatives ou des critiques à l'égard de quelqu'un d'autre, j'arrêterai la réunion et demanderai à cette personne de s'excuser. Merci. We are elected by the people of Pontiac to represent them to the best of our ability. They expect us to conduct our meetings in a professional and business-like manner. I will be listening very carefully to the debate and discussion in this meeting, and if I hear any words of negativity or criticism of anyone else, I will ask you to apologize. I'll now turn to Ms. Lesage, our Director General and Clerk Treasurer, who will read an excerpt from the Municipal Code of Quebec, namely Section 159.
Le président du conseil maintient l'ordre et le décorum et décide les questions d'ordre sauf appel au conseil. Il peut ordonner l'expulsion de l'endroit où se tient une séance du conseil de toute personne qui entoure l'ordre. The officer presiding over the sitting of the council maintains order and decorum and decides questions of order, saving appeal to the council. He may order that any person disturbing the sitting of the council be removed from the place where the sitting is held.
Okay, that's great. I forgot to remind everyone, our first meeting is the meeting of the non-organized territory of Latinico, which is the TNO meeting. And so, this is regarding business in the TNO. And so, we're looking right now at the adoption of the agenda for the TNO. And so has everyone had a chance to look at it? And could I have a resolution to adopt that? Thank you. Moved by Mayor Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Number 6, are there any declarations of conflict of interest on the TNO agenda? Seeing none, we'll go ahead to number 7. And we need to have a resolution to adopt the minutes of the last sitting of the TNO, which I guess was in September. Moved by Mayor Donnie Gagnon. All those in favor?
Question, sorry, not just for the,
Just the TNO.
just the mayors who were part of the council last term. And are eligible to vote on this one.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Usually that's the way it's done, and fortunately, we still have quorum, right? Yes, so the mayors, that's a good point. Thank you very much, Mayor Evans. So those who were on our council in the last term, who attended the meeting in September, it's moved by Mayor Donnie Gagnon, who was here. All those in favor? Opposed? And it carries. So now we will go on to number 8. Question period. Are there any questions or statements made about the TNO? No, okay, thank you. We'll go to finances and we'll ask our financial person, Andrea Lafleur. First of all, 9.1 accounts paid.
Yes, so it was $580,552.33 paid to TNO. I would say the majority of it is having to do with road maintenance, which is the biggest part of their budget. We also need a notice of motion for the draft bylaw for the budget for 2026. If anybody wants to go ahead with.
Okay, so that's 9.2. So first of all, we have to approve your accounts paid. So
Sorry.
you had, was there any revenue coming in? It's just expenses, as you said.
Yeah.
Road maintenance.
Exactly. There's a small accounts receivable of $5,000 that's for.
All right, thank you very much, Andrea. And are there any comments or questions about her report? If not, could I have someone please move the resolution? Moved by Mayor. Oh, I forgot to mention something. The new pro warden for this term of council is Mayor Raymond Pilon of Campbell's Bay. So I'll recognize you as pro warden. Pilon is moving this. All those in favor? Pardon me, he's pro warden. Oh, yes, you're right. In the TNO, I never thought about that. Never talked about a pro mayor of the TNO. I am technically the mayor of the TNO and you're all councilors, that's right. And so I guess the pro mayor of the TNO will be Raymond Pilon. So pro mayor Pilon, you're moving it. All those in favor? Opposed? Carries.
I'd like to abstain from voting because I wasn't on the term for.
Okay, well, that's all right. We still have a majority. So there we go. Thank you. 9.2 is now the notice of motion and draft bylaw, expenses and revenues of the TNO for the year 2026. Notice of motion, Andrea? need to present anything or just we're stating it?
No, just
Okay. Thank you very much. So that notice is given. And we.
Yes.
All right, and so Councillor Donnie Daniel is taken care of, very good. And we don't need to vote on it because it's a notice of motion. Number 10, contract awarded to Eric Pilon Construction for finishing of the TNO garage. Jason Durant.
Yes, hello everyone, bonsoir tout le monde. Donc, contract awarded to Eric Pilon Construction for the finishing of the TNO garage. So this resolution seeks to authorize the awarding of a contract to Eric Pilon Construction to undertake essential work to upgrade the garage of our unorganized territory, TNO. This work is planned in 2 distinct phases, each addressing specific functional needs related to improving the building's energy efficiency, the durability, and the optimization of its operating conditions. The first phase includes insulating the 4 walls of the garage and installation of interior sheet metal. And the second phase is actually complete the insulation of the ceiling, as well as covering the ceiling with sheet metal. So first phase is $16,500, and the second phase is $15,600, and all that plus tax. And again, where this would be beneficial for the MRC Pontiac to undertake this finishing work, whereas Eric Pilon Construction was the lowest bidder for the work, and whereas the completion of these 2 phases are conditional on the availability of funds from the TNO budget. So, je vais résumer en français. En gros, c'est un contrat d'employé à Construction Pilon, Éric Pilon Construction, pour la finition du garage TNO. Évidemment, encore, c'est 2 phases. La phase 1, c'est vraiment de mettre l'isolation des murs intérieurs, plus mettre de la tôle. Puis même affaire pour le plafond. Deuxième phase, c'est d'isoler le plafond, plus mettre de la tôle. Puis évidemment, ce qui est important de cette résolution-là, c'est conditionnel à ce qu'il reste de l'argent du fonds TNO, de notre budget régulier, surtout en lien avec notre réseau routier.
Thank you very much. Any comments or questions? Yes, Councillor Walsh.
I just had one observation, Jamie. So I thought when we talked about this last week, there's no issues with the contract. We just requested that the other bid be listed as well, just to show transparency type thing or whatever, so.
Pas de problème. Yes, what I will do, Mayor Walsh, we can add it up to in the resolution, the other contractor that we had invited, we went to invitation. Because it was, and we had 2 bids, and this was the lowest. So yes, we could add the amount and the other entrepreneur that was invited, so.
Appreciate it, thank
And
you.
on this, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, who would like to move this? Would you like to move it, Councillor Walsh? All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Miscellaneous, I don't think we have any, another question period or statements on the TNO. Okay. Thank you, and a resolution to close the meetings moved by Councillor Terry Murdoch. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. The TNO meeting is closed. And I'd like to recognize, is that Marilyn Cameron? Previous Marilyn Cameron, nice to see you tonight, Lynn. Okay, so now we start our public meeting of November 26th. And we've had the attendance sheet go around. I'd like to welcome everyone. And so we need an opening resolution, moved by Mayor Corey Smith. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Just a reminder that this meeting is being recorded on YouTube and will be available hopefully tomorrow on the MRC website. Number 3, the declaration of language of your choice. I've recently read it. The same applies to this meeting. Number 4, same with the statement by the warden. And now we come to number 5, the reading and adoption of the agenda. And there was some discussion about adding some items. Mayor Evans, what have you decided?
Madam Warden, we would like to additional 2 resolutions under general restriction.
Okay,
The first concerns equal access to institutional information. Second is a request for a special meeting about the litigation.
It was the suspension of the litigation.
No,
Special meeting.
Yeah, so the first one was distributed before the second one was new.
Oh, it's you, okay?
It's
Wanna
just
elaborate?
it's a
write them down?
request for a special meeting about the litigation. Against something located.
Okay. So we're voting to one at a time. Okay, yes. So first we're going to vote on the, what are we calling it? The extra information request for. We're trying to write it down.
Equal access to information.
Oh, equal access to information. Okay,
Thank you.
okay, so
Could you explain that?
Well, we're gonna explain it when it comes to that.
yes, yes. And so we're just voting whether we need, no. So first of all, we're just voting whether to add it to tonight's agenda. All those in favor?
No, but I don't know what it is.
It's what you received on Monday. The request from Mayor Evans, it was, we received two things. One was about the Elena Kaywood situation and the other was about access to information. And
It wasn't put on the agenda yet.
no, that's right. So
That's
what
what we-
we're doing is we're voting, are we putting this on the agenda tonight or are we not? Okay,
Good.
all right, I'm calling the question. All those in favor of putting it on? All those against or opposed to adding it to our agenda? So instead, we have the agenda that's before us. Okay, so that did not carry. The second item is for a special meeting for the Elena Kaywood legal matter.
And is this like an extraordinary?
It would be a special meeting, an extraordinary meeting, but we're,
Make sure that that's.
but what we're voting on is whether to add it to the agenda. We're not voting on the meeting, we're voting on whether to put this on our agenda tonight. All those in favor of adding this to the agenda?
Add to the agenda. Because it's not discussed.
A special.
No, I've got to explain this to you
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
We have an agenda before us. We are looking at adding possibly two items. The first item failed. We're now looking at the second item. Are we going to tonight talk about the Elena Kaywood situation?
No,
Okay, so,
No.
all, right.
it's about adding it on for adding a meeting on.
It's a request.
Oh, so no discussion tonight?
Request for us to request
Special
special
meeting of the litigation.
Yes.
Okay, a special meeting to discuss it. All right. And does that have any implications on our legal direction right now?
No.
We haven't set a date for it.
Well, so
I don't know what this special.
I think 911 is we're asking these questions now. Really, you should be asking them once it's on the agenda. And then once it's on the, if it gets on the agenda, then we can talk about all the particulars about it. Everybody gets a chance to say their piece. And then, that's if it gets on the agenda, and otherwise it dies and we. Wow.
Okay, so are we going to add this item to the agenda? All those in favor? And all those against? Okay, I'm gonna have to count your hands. Please put them up so I can see them. In favor of adding this to the agenda? Okay, so that carries. We're going to add it to the agenda under general information. General administration. Is that where you suggested, Governor Evans?
Question about that? I want to put it on the, put a special date on the agenda, so what I would like to know as mayor, sitting on that special meeting. What, I'd like information from our lawyer on that.
You'll have to ask that when we get to the point,
Okay.
on the agenda.
But where are we going to place it on the agenda? Travis? 21.1. Okay. And now the agenda as amended, With that addition, could I have a resolution? Moved by Mayor Corey Spence, all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Are there any declarations or conflict of interest in this agenda?
I don't know if it constitutes conflict of interest, the request for a special meeting. So if you could just verify.
No. Okay. Conflict of interest is just to benefit you personally. Okay, thank you.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, thank you. Number 7, Kevin,
Stone
I
School,
mean, pardon me, Mayor
Stone
Murphy,
School 20.1.
20.1. I don't think it's a conflict.
Okay,
It was, when, you did the right thing at the plenary, but I think now that it's been decided, it's not a conflict.
Okay.
But thank you for mentioning it. Number 7, adoption of the minutes of the regular sitting of September 17th, and as Mayor Evans pointed out, this will just apply to the mayors who were here on September 17th. All those in favor? Opposed? You. How about Mayor Donnie Ham? Yeah, I was wondering too. I'm glad someone's on the ball. Okay, so Mayor Donnie Daniel, that's great. Thank you. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. We will now go on to number 8, presentations. And we have got a very special, not here, Martin Bertrand.
I don't, it's,
Maybe he's still coming. Was he asked to come tonight? Who spoke to him? This is a not mistake. Was it a mistake? Okay. Well, that's a little bit of a shame because Martin Bertrand is yet again from OSSA leading an amazing effort with his students. And he's going to be doing a support walk for both Pontiac, leaving OSSA, and it's going to be a 24-hour walk. And he's going all the way down to, is it Bristol? And then back again. So that's amazing, and it's going to be actually starting this weekend, Friday.
Friday at noon, and it will end Saturday at noon.
Yeah,
And it starts
24 hours.
It's a 24-hour walk, so overnight. They're asking also for anybody that wants to, encourage them either at different places. So in Shawville, they'll be there at 9:30 p.m. They're gonna be going to Bristol and then back. They're gonna have a warm breakfast, 7:30 a.m. in Shawville on Saturday morning. If you guys wanna give Glenn a hand, you can contact Matega at school. There's encouragement for us to even be at the different municipalities to Campbell Bay, Shawville, and Bristol, to encourage them along the TPJ.
It's for, do we know
Pontiac,
how many students or what grades it is, or?
I don't have the details. So 12 o'clock start at the Conservation de Planche. At 4 till 5:30, they'll be here in Campbell's Bay at Upton on Front Street. So if you want to come encourage them there, or when you leave at 12 at the high school, and they'll be in Shawville from 9:30 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. And then on the 29th, this is the itinerary I received from the school because my daughter's doing it. Bristol, 2 a.m.
Will you be there? You're too late.
Anyway. 2 a.m.
To be serving with hot chocolate.
They'll be in Shawville for their warm breakfast, 7:30 a.m. till 8:30 a.m. And the final destination is the Beau Pontiac. At noon till about 12:30 is where this planned in Campbell's Bay. So,
Very
they
good.
have a list of what to wear, what to bring, extras. There'll be vehicles following with their extra backpacks with change of clothing, asking to bring boots and 8 pairs of socks and coats for rain and snow and toques and.
It's pretty mild and rainy tonight. What's the weather forecast for it? Similar? That's
cold.
cold, you say?
Headlamps and.
Mayor McCleary?
Are the individual students looking for sponsors? How are they raising money?
Not quite
How are
sure.
they raising money?
They're asking for either donations for Beau Pontiac or to get some non-perishable items.
So
Okay.
each child is not looking for sponsors.
They don't have a sponsorship.
That's like municipal things.
Yeah, we're just, yeah, it's more of the awareness, I guess, yeah.
Can
One,
you do food as well as money, or?
yes, not perishable items. And where would we drop those off?
Book Pontiac,
At both Pontiac.
I know the schools are all accepting some as well.
Okay.
And we have a box here as well at the MRC that we invited all our staff, so you're also welcome to. We have a list of things that they need that is most in demand around Christmas time. If anybody's interested, anybody listening in at home as well, because they offer, they prepare some baskets for their Christmas dinner. So there's some items that they're always looking for this time of year before, I believe, the 9th of December, to do those cranberries and.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you. 8.2.
Well,
Jane, there's a question.
Oh,
just for the weather, because I know weather, it's gonna be between -5 and -2, -5 at night. The wind's gonna be at 15 kilometer, gusting at 40 during the day, but it's gonna be, so there's not gonna be any rain, but pretty chilly with the wind.
okay, thank you for that report. Got a weatherman right here. That's right, yes, well, we'll ask for a weather report from now on and all of our meetings. Thanks, Nurse here. All right, 8.2, we have another presentation, and this person is here in person. And it is Madame Nina Digio Aquino, pardon me, Aquino. And this is our amazing person from the MRC who is leading waste management. And she has done this presentation herself. I'm amazed with what you've done, but also, how many blue bins did you take receipt of?
We distributed over 6,000 blue bins in the past 2 weeks. Distribution is pretty much done. They wrap things up. It was in net, I believe it was yesterday afternoon. We still have one lab that's in the area that is going by for some of the calls that I'm getting in for either if there were too many bins dropped somewhere, no bins dropped somewhere, et cetera, depending on the different lists that we've got. One thing that I am proud to say though is out of the over 6,000 bids, I have had less than 100 calls through the whole Pontiac on.
Pretty good.
So I think we did a pretty good job on getting everybody bids out there. And again, a lot of the calls were, well, they dropped off X number of bins, we only need the one, we already have one, please take it back type thing, somebody else can use it. So it's been going very well. So we're going to show you right now, it's a video that I created, which is a part of our next rollout for the blue bins. So this is the promotional video that's going to be going out. So you will have a chance to see it again. It's bilingual. So the French is on the top, the English is on the bottom. That way you have time to actually read through the screens. I will be sharing it with each of you. I will be posting it. It's going to be posted on the MRC website ASAP. I'm going to be working on timelines with Francis tomorrow to get all our stuff out, shared with all of your DGs as well. It's going to be on Facebook, and I'm going to encourage all of your DGs to share the video as well, particularly for the municipalities that this applies to. So we will roll the video and then I'll have a short minute for your questions, because I'm only allowed the 5 minutes tonight. And then if there's any other issues that you guys would like to address, well, you guys will know where to find me. And if not, there's an email at the end of here, which is recycle@mrcpontiac.qc.ca. And I'm at the other end of that one.
Before we start, I don't think there's sound to this, correct?
Correct, it's just a little
reading.
G.
And there's some reading. Do you think that you should read the words as they come on?
I can read the
Some of
English
us will
version
not
as
be
we
able
went
to
for
see.
sure. I will do that.
Okay,
I shall do that. Thank you, Jane. Right now, the day my special is so modernization since 2022. Elon has transferred responsibility for managing containers packaging to matter to businesses via the law of organization. Maybe I don't have to. Why these pages, recycling quality reduce. Sorry, I'm off mute. This isn't working very
so
well.
9 municipalities are receiving bids.
Good day.
Those are the 9 municipalities.
So all those Shawville and Mansfield can start using their bins right away because they have the proper trucks. We are waiting for all the other municipalities that have received them to wait till January first. And that's when the new contract comes in with the automated collection. In the meantime, these 7 remaining municipalities will keep going with the voluntary drop-offs at each of the transfer sites. Now, proper use of the bin is essential to ensure successful collection. That's it all starts here. So these are the general guidelines of how to place your bin, placing it at the curb with the wheels facing the house. There's actually a message on our blue bins that says this side goes to the road. And then regardless whether you're doing the voluntary drop off or the blue bins, there's the 3 golden rules, the new 3 golden rules in Quebec that I've been preaching for the last year. Is it a container? 2, is it packaging? And lastly, is it a printed material? Thus, we are no longer being held to being the recycling experts. We're not looking for numbers on plastics or not. If it fits the definition of a container, packaging, or printed material, it goes in the blue bin. It goes in the recycling stream, including your chip bags. The bigger exceptions are the big bulky polystyrene, which we will be working on a program for in 2026, as well as aerosol containers. And with this new way of defining the programs to try to keep the bigger contaminants out of. So the Christmas lights, the lawn chairs, the hoses, the stuff that can really damage conveyor belts and whatnot at recycling plants. Then the general guidelines, so we encourage that you separate recyclables from the safe. So for instance, if you have cereal box with the plastic in it, just try to separate both. Empty and lightly rinsed containers. And the big one is to break down cardboard boxes, and this we do have quite a bit of work to do specifically with the transfer sites as well. For the simple purpose of not, a lot of the times we end up filling up our bins with air. Why it matters, again, less equipment damage, worker safety, improved material quality. And then for more information on the actual streams, there's a website, Back and Packed. And redirecting municipal or logistical questions back to municipalities, as they will be the better placed to answer those questions and any other questions. And I'm working very closely with all the BGs and your public works people to have anything else out there to continue.
I'd like to give Nina a round of applause, not only for all of her work. I think if you all have that on your municipal websites, it's a great presentation. It really, it's a bit confusing for people receiving these bins and just understanding what exactly to put in. So well done, Nina. Thank you so much. Should make a big difference.
So
Less and less going to the shoes.
for questions.
Yeah, any questions or comments?
Nina, is that sent to our
It will
municipalities?
be, yes. This, you guys were the first viewers today. And then from there, I'm working with Francis to get it on our website, on each of your websites as well.
Thank you.
For municipalities that will be starting to compost, I also have the material ready for composting programs as well. Yes, sure.
Mary Walsh.
Yeah, hi, just really, I think we've asked you before, but just to clarify with people listening, so for us that has we go to our transfer station, are they still supposed to be putting it in a clear bag, or are they supposed to dump it in the bin loose, or?
Ideally, recycling is loose. For the simple reason that when it does get to the recycling facility, it has to be debagged if it's not loose. So you're saving some time down at the end of the stream. If it's in a bag, which the convenience to bring it down to the transfer site, it's not the end of the world, but we'd rather have it loose.
So, next question then is, well, in the future, will we get options for those blue bins for people to put stuff in, so they
We'll be working on those. As soon as I manage to convince the EEQ that voluntary drop-offs are still a thing in our municipality. They're having some trouble wrapping their mind around that, us being the only MRC that does not have door-to-door recycling throughout, so.
Thank you.
But I'm working hard
I know.
on it.
Thank you very much, Nina.
Thank you.
So at this point, we have the youth council report and it's early days. At this point, we have made presentations to DKWS in Chapel and PHS in Shawville. We're up to about 12 students. We still have to go to OSSA, but the next meeting will be on December the 8th. And so you'll have a report in December. Warden's report. I'd like to start out by just, first of all, giving recognition to a special award that was received. And this actually is the 2025 Silver Azimuth Award. And it was given to MRC of Pontiac for the project Route 148, Your Best Van Life in the Outaouais. And Stephanie A. Bear made a presentation to us at Henry. But just for the benefit of our public, I wanted to mention it. It's a big deal. It was one of Quebec's most prestigious tourism distinctions, recognizing innovation and creativity in welcoming visitors. There were 19 projects submitted from across the province, including Tourism Montreal, Mont-Tremblant, Canton de l'Est. The finalists were MRC Memphremagog, Destination Beauce, Canton de l'Est, MRC Sorel Tracy, and Destination Pontiac, and we brought home the silver. And so our project positions Route 148 as the ultimate van life itinerary. Many of you in your municipalities have halts is what they're called. Yeah, along the road, places where vans and campers can be. And this is promoting sustainable tourism, creating real economic benefit for our local businesses and attractions. Every stop along the route is an opportunity for travelers to discover the Pontiac and support our community. This award is a powerful recognition of what we can achieve when we work together to showcase the beauty and hospitality of our region. Let's build on this achievement by continuing to work together and create even more opportunities for our communities. The second brief announcement is from Take Action on Radon, the 100 Radon Test Kit campaign. As you know, Citizen of the Pontiac has forged relationships with the federal government and Karst, and MRC Pontiac is always up to date on community awareness and support programs like the 100 Homes Radon Challenge. And the Citizen of the Pontiac is a partner stakeholder because of the Cross Canada Network of Lung Associations. And 2 of our municipalities have begun their 100 Homes Challenge this week. This is being done at no cost to taxpayers. The test kits, lab work, and results reports are paid for by Take Action on Radon. So free radon test kits are being distributed by Shawville and Litchfield. So congratulations to Mayor Colleen LaRiviere and Mayor Bill McCleary, because a lot of work was done. You got all of your application in on time. And I think this was across Canada for 2 of you to be chosen is big. Yes, Mayor?
Just to say that we shared ours with Campbell's Bay, so Campbell's Bay is in on the deal.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good for you. Good for you. That's great.
And we shared ours with Carmen. The presentation is tomorrow.
Well, that's wonderful. So thanks to, I was going to say to these 2 mayors in particular, great that you're sharing with other municipalities. And very important that we build awareness of radon, which, you know, is a greater contributor to lung cancer than smoking. Judy Spence and her group are researching how some municipalities in Quebec have accessed untapped extra funding under a special program in Quebec. And over the next months, they are going to keep us up to date. And the extra money would be above the Lungs Matter Grants program that pays half the cost of mitigation. The mitigation, once you find radon in your house, to remove it. And it's a cost of, $1,200, $2,000. So with an annual income of $88,400 or less, you could receive $1,500 per household. So that's very good news and very important for our health. And again, nice to know that we've already got 4 of 18 municipalities technically moving forward with that. And if anyone wants any information, I think you know Judy Spence and how to reach her through Citizen of the Pontiac. She has quite an active website. So getting to my report, our last meeting was September 17th, and I never did stop working. So I had the panel of prefet for the Forum Santé Uruguay in Gatineau, which I was on the panel. Had a meeting about the Norway Bay Golf Course, a Hydro-Quebec meeting. We had the mayor's lunch, some women on council, the Congrès de la FQM, Western Quebec Literacy, had a couple of meetings with the Chutes Collunge Board, and one meeting of Energy Committee, had a meeting with potential forestry investors, went to the 75th anniversary at the Chenot Dam at Portage. I read at the CAP every Monday, TDSP, I mentioned going to the youth councils at the two schools. The wood producers met with the president, Frank Doyle, the Women's Institute, Tourism Uruguay, Fire Services Mansfield meeting, HR, our human resources, had an appointment at the notary on behalf of the MRC. Harvest Bazaar, Andre Fortin event in Aylmer. I was on a panel for climate change for the Uruguay. Harvest dinner at Otter Lake. Sheenborough attended the country dance and lunch. North Fork meeting in Chichester. PHS graduation, some of our mayors were there. Remembrance Day St. Joseph's with Mayor Corey Spence and Mayor Donnie Gagnon and Mayor Doris Ranger. MRC Pontiac Memorial Service, actually, and Mayor Jordan Evans was there as well, correct, in St. Joseph's? Yeah. Then we had our own memorial here, which is the Pontiac Memorial at the MRC. And Pro Warden, I don't know, I was wondering if there were, who else was there? There were two mayors there, also Joanne Ralston.
Yeah, Joanne, sir.
Yeah, and Pro Warden Raymond Elon, thank you. We had a meeting of the Committee Territorial with the CISO. Shawville Remembrance Day with Mayors Ed Walsh and Bill McCleary. Meeting had a Portage Remembrance Day with Mayor Kevin Murphy. Investors meeting, Bryson Lions Club, a breakfast with Sophie Chattel, the swearing in ceremony, energy transition plan for the Uruguay. We had a meeting with Lawrence Cannon and Benoit Delage, a preparatory meeting for plenary. We had plenary, rencontre du mouvement ensemble pour la santé en Uruguay. So there was a rally in Gatineau that all of the wardens were at, and the mayoress of Gatineau. I was up at Elaine A. Kaywood at their new library to meet their new council and also their pop-up artists, which was an amazing event in Elaine A. Kaywood. Then I went to a Law 2 rally that is against Law 2 in Wakefield. FQM Representant Communauté Forestière. There's a big crisis in forestry right now where potentially 30,000 foresters will be out of work. And then today I went to Valley de la Gatineau to join Chantal Lamarche for their rally against Law 2 in Valley de la Gatineau. And we have a rally coming up on Sunday, which Jose Bouchard will be telling us about. And we're hoping that everyone can be in attendance at that. More about that, I'll leave that to Jose. So that is the end of my warden's report. Announcements at this point. I hadn't really prepared you for this, but I'm hoping that everyone can think of something in their municipality that's either coming up or going on. And I'll start with Mayor Donnie Gagnon this time. For Chichester.
Chichester residents near 50/50 draw next Friday night.
Okay.
Or it's this Friday night. This Friday, 28th at 7 p.m.
Okay, so everyone has to buy their tickets. Okay, very good. Mayor Twilly and Grant. Bristol.
The only activity I see coming up would be the power of attorney workshops being put on by the regional association of Quebecers.
Okay.
And that's going to be held I believe the first week of December. I just found out about it today.
Will it be at the Jack Graham
at Community Center? And I believe the first workshop might have been canceled because of the illness of the instructor, so that's open to everyone.
Okay.
And I think the leader ones is working.
Okay, very good. Mayor Cindy Scruti. Elena Kaywood.
First off, thank you, Warden Toller, for attending our event on Friday. Your support of our local artisans is greatly appreciated.
We have two events coming up. We have the seniors dinner on Saturday night, Bethany Hall, 5 p.m. $25 a ticket, dinner and dancing. Then the following Saturday, December 6th, is the Santa Claus Parade. Naming in Kaywood, 11 a.m. sharp from the municipal office to Bethany Hall. Santa will hand out gifts. There will be a canteen, and please register any floats or children who are coming to see Santa. That's all I have for now.
That's pretty good. Thank you very much. Mayor Jennifer Quayle, Otter Lake.
We had the SADC come for its community day, and they spent the day at the municipal hall on Friday, I believe it was. And it was good. They had all kinds of information for us. Councillors came in, spoke with them, and other business people came to chat with them. And then they went out in the afternoon and talked to people in businesses. So there's the garage station, for example, and the restaurants, Looters Restaurant and the Depanneur. So
That's
it was a
wonderful.
good day.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Mayor Jean-Louis Corriveau, Calumet.
Yeah, this Sunday, the 30, the CWL make a brunch at the municipal hall. So everybody's welcome. I
Okay.
don't know the price. I think it's $20, but I'm not sure.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very
10
much.
to 2.
Okay, you see, Mayor Terry Murdoch, Thorne.
We don't have anything coming up.
You don't? Well, I'm sure you're going to.
Nothing that stands out. I can tell you that.
Trivia night.
You can also talk about,
Oh, that's right. Trivia night, yeah.
you can also talk about things that have happened. It doesn't have to be what's coming up. If there's anything that's happened.
You said there's a trivia.
A trivia night. Oh, okay. Bill already knows about it. Wonderful. That's great. Mayor Roger from Repeat.
Yes, the 20th is our Santa Claus parade, starts at 1 o'clock. We are currently working on trying to get a Christmas crafts session going that we had apparently last year, as well as Christmas dinner that the former Mayor Lucy used to do before and very much missed. So hopefully we can talk her into doing it again with more support this time.
Good for you, and I'll just say, I recently met some people from your municipality who said they hoped that dinner was going to take place there.
That's, we even living on Aliment Island, we'd always go there.
Wonderful, that's
Always,
great. Well, Lucy's a great cook. Mayor Kevin Murphy from Portage.
December 13th, I'm hoping to have a Santa Claus parade and a parade of lights. Have Santa Claus there, same thing as Rapid, have the kids do crafts in the afternoon and have Santa Claus go around in the evening with the parade and then come back and give gifts to the kids in the evening.
Okay, great, thank you very much. Mayor Ed Walsh Clarendon.
Yeah, we have an event next Wednesday, the 3rd of December. We've contacted and have much to say yes. We have 135 seniors coming for our annual Shawville Clarendon Lion Supper or whatever there. So we pick them up by vehicle and taxi and deliver them and take them home and fly them with a nice home meal. Like anybody that qualify, they have to be living alone or whatever. And we had, so there's amazing how many people are going during the holidays. So anyways, we're doing that and walk the gifts and my wife's busy wrapping those and Santa Claus will be making a visit and it's not me this year, so that's good. So
It's not you.
but that's our biggest thing we have on the agenda. So
Where are you holding it?
it's going to be at the Anglican Church Hall in Chapel.
Okay, wonderful, that's great. Mayor Sandra Armstrong, Mansfield.
So I have a few things.
Go ahead.
No, I have a few. So Friday, the 5th of December, there's a souper de Noël communautaire. It's for Patro. Donc, souper de Noël communautaire pour le Patro et ça va faire la terrasse du Pont Rouge. Aussi de 16h à 19h. C'est 18$ pour les adultes et 7$ pour les enfants. Vous pouvez appeler le Patro au 683-3347 et réserver vos places. On the 5th of December, also the same night, there will be the lighting of the Chute Coulange as one really nice activity. I'm not sure of the price, but it should be on their Chute Coulange Facebook page. It's really nice, Santa Claus going to be there, and I think this year something new. There'll be arts and craft kiosk, so it's gonna be interesting. And then on Saturday, the 6th of December, we have the Marché de Noël à la Maison Bryson, Christmas market at the Bryson House. There'll be quite a few kiosks also. There'll be activities for kids at La Bibliothèque. And we'll have a special guest, two of them make macaron in anglais, I'm not sure what they're. Come on. Anyway, in French, we call it macaron. Somebody knows the English version. It's for children, so it's gonna be a nice activity. And then Santa Claus will be at the market all day, and then at night there'll be in the parade, so that's quite interesting. And if you come and visit us at the market, we'll give you a hot chocolate free. Sector Mansfield and Fort Collage on December the 12th, so that's gonna be on a Friday. The Knights of Columbus have a food drive, so give generously. Guignolé des Chevaliers de Talon vendredi le 12 décembre pour les deux municipalités Coquelange et Mansfield. That's about it.
Okay, wonderful, thank you, it's a lot. Mayor Bill McCleary for Shawville.
All right, well. Friday night is a tree lighting. There will be one of the church groups there doing hymns. I won't be singing because I like people to stay around. Saturday, 4:45, the parade of lights with Santa after the seniors lodge. First Wednesday of the month, as usual, like society bingo. December 5th is the Booth Pontiac food drive at the lights. Some years they do it at the lights and at the War Memorial. I'm not sure if it's in both places this year. So don't try and avoid it. Go and get some money. And there's a hockey tournament all weekend this week.
Okay, wonderful, thank you very much. And we have Mayor Pierre Cyr from Fort Collage.
Yes, so we have a hockey tournament, the first weekend of December in Fort Collage. So it's I can't remember, it's like 18 to 20 years old.
You 21.
Yes, so it's a first, so it's gonna be 10 teams, so it's gonna be a lot of action at the rink in Fort Collage. The other event that we're not finalized yet, we're gonna do an happy hour with the citizens. Probably December 19 at the Cafe Downtown.
Oh.
And we're gonna do that to the benefit of a charity. I won't reveal it yet because they don't know. Detail coming soon on our website.
Okay, great, thank you very much. And Mayor Joanne Ralston from Bryson.
On Saturday, December 6th at 7 p.m. we'll have our Santa Claus Parade of Lights. And that'll be on Main Street, ending at the Lions Hall, where Santa will greet the kids and there'll be treats and draws for different prizes.
Okay, sounds great, perfect. So Warden Raymond Phelan.
Yes, so the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 162 are having a bake sale on December 6th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the Campbell's Bay Leachfield Christmas Parade is on the same day, December 6th at 1 p.m. And again, on the same day, the Friends of St. Joseph Manor, they're having a wine and cheese from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh, okay, thank
That's
you
it.
very much.
Okay.
Perfect. Mayor Doris Ranche from Sheboro.
Sheboro is pretty quiet right about now, since our hall is closed up for the winter. Except for our 5 o'clock Saturday evening mass that happens every Saturday. But I could hone in on some of the ones I do help out with. Residence Mayor will be holding their Christmas dinner. That's for committee members and the residents and possibly people who volunteer there, volunteers. That dinner will happen on December 10th. And I'll tell you a little bit about our archives. It's up and running and going very well. And the ladies have decided that they were going to try and raise $1,500, give away $1,000 for December 24th, I believe. And they pretty much have most of their tickets already sold, but they didn't go online or anything. They chose to do it the way they know how, but they're doing an excellent job.
Okay, excellent. So that's the archives in your municipal building.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Mayor Colleen LaRiviere.
And just the Christmas parade, the Campbell's Bay Ridgeville Christmas parade on December sixth. And that one starts at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
It leaves from the manor in
Okay,
Campbell's Bay.
thank you. Mayor Jordan Evans, welcome.
Waltham, thanks, Warden. Waltham uses its roundtable time to focus on governance rather than community events. Our municipality is rebuilding its administrative framework following the CNQ report. And our priority is ensuring that we make decisions based on complete, accurate, and accessible information. To participate responsibly in regional governance, we need access to institutional records that inform prior decisions of this council. This applies equally to new mayors and returning mayors, since none of us can rely on memory alone for files that span multiple years. Individual memories, unlike documented information, cannot be shared, verified, or relied upon for sound decision making. Ensuring that all members of this table have the same baseline of information is essential for transparency and good governance. Waltham looks forward to collaborating constructively with the MRC as we work toward clarity, continuity, and strong regional administration.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mayor Corey Spence.
Yes, Connections Resource Center is doing the rounds. They'll be in Chapeau on December 2nd at the Area Hall. Talk about a touchy subject, but I think it's an important one, and that's understanding elderly bond. So distinctions between palliative care, palliation, and maintenance. So and also to lighten things up a bit, the week later, Santa Claus is coming. So this 7th of December for the Shopping Parade. And also November 30th, mark your calendars for the Lions Club Pancake Breakfast. It was a big day.
What's the date of that?
November 30th.
November 30th. Very good. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
because
sir.
I
Go
didn't know,
ahead.
I didn't know where.
Go
to
ahead,
start
Mayor
with this.
Tilly Graham.
So December 6th, we have the Marche Bristol Market, and I apologize for Bristol Market not mentioning it. It's a 9 to 2 p.m. with Santa Claus, live music, and lots of crafts. They do an incredible amount of work in our community. And then December 10th is a workshop I was mentioning, and it's actually free and will open to all residents. 1 to 2:30, you just have to register with Regional Association of West Quebecers.
Okay.
So Alina Holmes is organizing that.
Okay, and where are you having your Marche?
At Jack Graham.
At Jack Graham,
Yes.
indoors.
Thank you,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, thanks, everyone. So our audience has been very patient. Now we go to number 12, question period and statements. Would you like to begin, Jose? And welcome.
Bonsoir, mon nom est José Bouchard, je suis porte-parole de Voix du Pontiac. My name is José Bouchard, and I'm official spokesperson for Pontiac Voice, which is an activist group who's been on since 2016, defending our rights for adequate health services. So on the 30th, considering Bill 2, we do know that this will have major impact on our health services. We do know that in rural areas, doctors perform more than just clinic work, perform, ER, perform healthcare at home, they perform end-of-life care. So they are very active within our communities, and losing even just one doctor is something that could be quite dramatic for maintaining our services. That being said, I think that Dr. Wheel came and entertained you on Bill 2. I am sure that you've received multiple quite details on what Bill 2 has of an impact to them. So I won't go into too many details for that because you've been briefed. So on the 30th, Pontiac Voice, at the request of many citizens, said, well, we need to show the government that we are not in accord with Bill 2. So it's just, I will be my picture, please pass it down, keep one to yourself and pass it down, please, and thank you. Yes, thank you for Mother Nature for the drops of water on top. So we have a community rally to support our doctors, which are so precious. So it's in front of the hospital.
The manager of the hospital has been told, and she's fine with that, we'll still be on the street. Police, the MRC police have been told also, so everything's up and running. And we hope to see you in great numbers. It has been shared only 300 times, so I'm hoping for 300 people to show the government that we do not appreciate the way they're treating our doctors, which are an intricate part of our community. So yeah, a little memorandum there, you can put it on your fridge, not too bad. And it's about an hour, I mean, we know it's winter, we never know what is gonna be in stores. And also to show and put on our social media, if you would support that, we would take a group picture, and I made some, kids made some little signs from school to say that we're against Bill 2, and we'll be posting that on our social media. And we are being followed by Canada today, and all our regional on top of our precious local media too. So if you would indulge Pontiac Voice for a picture, since I did call you out on social media to support the action for our doctors here locally. So I think.
I'd just like to thank you so much, Jose, for your leadership with Voice of the Pontiac.
No, it's not me, it's the people of the Pontiac
but
who ask, and
it takes a
we
person.
help organize stuff, so this is.
Okay.
This are our.
So I just have a few questions. Are you going to be outside the hospital?
Yes.
And is it at the main entrance?
It's at the main entrance. It's
Are you
on
planning
our
any?
street, and at 2:00, there's gonna be a press conference.
Okay, inside or outside?
Outside, always outside.
Perfect.
Yes.
And then is there any plan for a march? Because I've had a few people ask, when I went to Wakefield, they had a march.
Yes.
And they brought a lot of noisemakers, and it was really effective, and so there might be some people bringing those. And then,
If we were to do, usually what we do is we march in front of the hospital, and we're allowed to sort of circulate in front of the entrance and back. But we could also march if people are willing, if some people are willing, we'll be putting it out there on the media, to start at Marco France Pharmacy.
Yeah.
So on the 148 going up Clarendon Street to Arden Street for the hospital, for those who have a bit more.
so we could
energy,
maybe
so
meet at the pharmacy at about 1 o'clock.
For those, yeah, well, 1:30 is, well, yeah.
1:30 and then walk up?
Yeah, and walk
Okay.
up. So it's gonna be, for those who want to, I know some people do not like, but yeah. So I will tell our local police officer that yes, we will be invading 148.
And I just wanted to add that because Outaouais is in this fragile position of being bordering Ontario, and Ontario is such a draw and so competitive, always has been. The Outaouais as a group, all the wardens, the mayor of Gatineau, we're all working together. That's why I've been going to support the other rallies. So some of the people told me in Wakefield and in Bracefield this morning, because they're coming to ours, they've heard about it. And it turns out that your relative told me, guys related to Jose, he told me he has 30 signs that he's bringing. So, you know, that helps because it's difficult sometimes, but that's a good visual. Do you know if you have any media coming yet?
I know the local media,
Local media.
Canada should be coming also today,
Okay.
it's harder to get.
Great.
We also have invited Action Santé Outaouais with
Good.
Mathieu, and we
Yeah.
also have invited SOS Outaouais with Jean Pigeon.
SOS, yes.
So yes, we did outreach to our partners in the Outaouais to get as many people as we can.
And do we have some doctors attending?
Not that I know of right now,
Okay.
they're working.
But they'll be in the hospital, and just think what a lift this will give the healthcare workers seeing us outside.
That's basically the aim of the game.
Perfect.
Sort of support our doctors, we know they work hard.
Thank you very much, Jose. Mary Walsh has a question for you.
Question, Jose, thank you very much. For people that if they're unable to attend, is there an online petition or something like where they can go to?
There is an online petition that's been put on Bobby, with Pontiac, on Pontiac Voice, and it goes directly to the National Assembly. So there is that, and there's also, I think, I'll recheck to make sure, but there's also a direct email that you can send directly to the Prime Minister to go. So that's also a possibility, if you wanna
share your thoughts on that with him. I'm sure he's getting an earful.
Yes.
I know they're. The latest news I have received is that right now, the Outaouais is, they're sort of slightly backtracking or just saying, well, we won't implement this clause and that clause for now. There's been a lot of talk about the salaries of the doctors, but the working conditions in Ontario are sadly far superior than in Canada, the doctors. Salary, not a big difference, but the quality of the way it's organized in Ontario is so much better than ours. So of course, it's a big draw. We know that right now about in the old Outaouais, there is 89 doctors who already applied to be able to be out of Quebec. We know here we have about 7. So latest count. That's not meaning that they're moving, but they're sort of seriously thinking about it.
Yeah.
So a drop of 7 doctors here would be quite dramatic, very dramatic.
Dr. O'Neill said for each doctor, it's about 1,500 patients. So it's quite a bit.
Yeah, and some of our older doctors even have up to 2,000 people.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that those would become orphan right off, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mayor Sandra Armstrong?
Yeah, I missed a few. I had an important call, so sorry about that. My question was, Dr. O'Neill was here last week.
Yeah.
We really appreciated that visit. So he says, when they lose doctors in the city, these people with no doctors will come here also. So that's gonna be heavy on our health system too.
And if we do some, yes.
Yeah.
But we're protected a little bit because, well, Elmer is closer. They're not part of our.
They gave us the percentage of people that are actually coming from.
Yes. But there are a lot of people using our ERs, but it helps keep our ER open. We have to be realistic about that, okay? Because if you have a greater attendance of people in the ER, it's sort of, because they're gonna be moving a little bit on that. So that means it's money for us because we're dispensing services, okay? So that's, but it means slower services for us. It means, bit more waiting time especially. But we do know if Lotus and the GMF stay in place, it's for minor emergency, it's going well right now. They have good time for that, it's fine. But, yes, it will be more stressful on our system, for sure. And more stress on our doctors, our new doctors. We have a lot of immigrant doctors who are absolutely. You don't want to burn.
Thank you so much, Jose. And as Jose mentioned, what we're asking for is repealing Bill or Law 2, which is the really policing or quota system of number of patients that the doctors are seeing. So Andre Fortin has been, you've probably seen him many times, he's been an amazing champion. And they have an online in French petition with over 48,000 signatures so far. But it's still worthwhile having something on paper. Why? It gives your residents a chance to feel they're doing something. So I'm passing out one of these to each of you. It's a place for 100 signatures if you want to make photocopies, English on one side, French on the other. And it's just asking for repealing Law 2. And if you could have them done by Friday, December 5th, they have to be into Andre by the 9th. And this is something he can stand up with and even say, I've got 1,000 names here or whatever from Pontiac. So just get those out. And if you want to go online, please sign the French petition. Yes, I put them in your municipal offices and put it on your website, so I'll let people know that they're there.
If you would indulge me, is it possible to have a picture And we did bring those signs and.
Can I just ask one favor?
Yeah.
Because I agreed to that picture. Could we just ask first who else would like to make their points? Because we've given you a good long period of time. Can you just, no, do you mind, just maybe letting Elena Kaywood or whoever needs to come and speak? Is there anyone here that wanted to address us? Angela Giroux, please come up to the podium. Thank you.
Angela Giroux, Aileen Kaywood. First, I just want to congratulate the new mayors. It takes courage to put yourself out there. And as we're all aware, the MRC is collaboration between the mayors for the best interest of the client. So I hope that all of the existing mayors have welcomed the new mayors and will provide their support in the knowledge transfer. So it's really important to have that support system for the new mayors. Would you agree? So I have a couple of items that I'd like to talk about tonight. One of them, and it's come to our attention recently, we had renovation grants during for 2025. And we have some Elaine and Kaywood seniors that have been denied those renovation grants. There's many criterias for being approved for a grant. One of them is that your building value must not exceed $150,000. So this one individual, their building was worth $61,400, okay, for 2024. However, because of that famous comparative factor of 3.7, the building value increased to $227,180. So this individual was denied a renovation grant because of that. And this is what's happening, and it's very concerning that women and seniors are being denied renovation grants based on a number that house is no longer worth $227,180. It was the standardized value, and that's not what it's worth. So I just want to identify to everyone, this is very concerning for us.
I have a quick question. So
Yes.
you're suggesting maybe it should be geared to the income, not the value of the house?
Well, it's the standardized value, Jane, had it just been the value, because as we know, that 3.7, I could talk about that.
3.70.
Yes, the 370%, right? So that value of her home was never made that, and she was denied a grant because of that. Her actual house is worth $61,000.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a good point.
Okay, so I have that, and I think it's really important that everyone be aware of that. And my second item is, as we know, we've been challenging assessment. So in Elaine and Kaywood alone, we had just over 100 people challenge their assessments. And we're starting to get some of those numbers back. I mean, I know that the final numbers, I think, for everyone will come November 30th. I've been speaking with a few individuals, but our major issue is our land. It's not the building, it's not the structure. That's fine. It's the land has increased 300-400% in some cases. I was speaking with one individual who did receive the reevaluation, and their land actually went from like 67,000 to 256,000. So they challenged it. They had it reevaluated, and their structure went down 19,000, and their land remained the same. So, my question is, it's the same team of FQM evaluators that are doing this, and how efficient is it when, like, they're going to go to tribunals, and many others will. But I know they need to look at the big picture, the property value, combination of your building and your land. But why did the structure go down? It's not even an issue. So it's really concerning for us right now when we start to see those numbers coming back like that.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you, Angela. Anyone else in the audience like to speak? Either ask a question or make a statement? No? Okay. Jose, for this picture, rather than having everyone leave the room and go out into the hall, Jose has some signs that we could hold up. And not maybe everyone here could be there on Sunday, so it would be a good show of support from the MRC, from the mayors. So maybe the best bet would be if everyone stands up. So wait, people who are sitting there, stay there. People on this side come and stand behind. There we go. And then, Okay, come on over to this side, please, from Bill, yeah, here, exactly, sorry. Come on over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, general administration 13.1. We'll go to opposition to Bill 106, which is harmful to the recruitment and retention of family doctors in the Outaouais. Actually, this is not Bill 106, this is for Law 2, right, Francis or Travis? Yes. We did Bill 106 back in, at another time, so Law 2 is part of Bill 106, but it's in particular focused on the quota system and being paid based on how many patients you're seeing in family clinics, not taking into account all the other information. So if you haven't seen this, we talked about it at plenary. I'm going to read it out and then I'll ask someone to take carriage of it. So it is right, is it on the screen? Yes, it is. There, I got it. Yeah, okay, here we go. Whereas the Outaouais Administrative Region, which includes the MRC Pontiac, has been underfunded and in a precarious state for several years, resulting in a significant delay in the development of health infrastructures and services. Whereas the Outaouais region borders the province of Ontario, which worsens the shortage of physicians and healthcare professionals in the Outaouais and limits access to essential services. Whereas the current negotiations of Law 2 between the medical federations and the government of Quebec have direct impacts on the availability of physicians in the region. Whereas several family physicians have discussed taking early retirement or obtaining licensing for Ontario, whereas many residents of the MRC Pontiac still have access to a family doctor or primary care professional and cannot afford to lose this. Whereas the reality for rural and urban doctors is very different. Rural doctors see palliative, long-term care emergency and inpatients, as well as patients in family practice. Whereas the current situation in the health network has a significant impact on residents, affecting their mental and physical health and potentially worsening certain medical conditions. Whereas, as citizens in a rural region, we need to protect our Pontiac Hospital, our CLSCs and private clinics. Whereas the MRC Pontiac serves as a voice for its citizens with various levels of government and relevant organizations when essential public services such as healthcare are at risk. Whereas Law 2 will penalize our doctors and nurse practitioners with the quota system based on number of patients in family clinics seen each day. Therefore, it is moved by Mayor Joanne Ralston, and it is resolved that the MRC Pontiac Council of Mayors asks Premier Legault and Minister Dubé, he's the health minister, to repeal Law 2, which would devastate our healthcare system in the MRC Pontiac. All those in favor? Opposed? We'll record it as unanimous. Thank you very much. So then we go on to 13.2, representation at the Takara, resolution, Kim Lesage.
C'est une résolution pour la nomination de Mme Lise Romain, qui est anciennement conseillère de la municipalité de Port-Coulonge pour le TCAO, c'est la table régionale de concertation des aînés et des retraités. So, Lise Romain was appointed by resolution of the MRC to sit on the board of directors of the table de concertation des aînés, so for the elderly and the retired people of the Outaouais. And she also would like to retain this position, for the future. She's been representing the Pontiac region at this board for over 10 years. Has also been doing outstanding work. She's always present and brings a value to this Outaouais regional group. It benefits all seniors of the Pontiac. So we were proposing a resolution tonight for the importance of having an MRC representative on the board. And that Madame Lise Romain be reappointed as its representative for the Pontiac.
Okay, any comments or questions? Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Walsh. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries.
We're also
13
letter of
point-
thanks to her.
Oh, you are, very good. 13.3, the 2026 calendar of meetings, resolution, Kim Lesage.
Before the beginning of each year, we adopt the calendar for the meetings for the coming year. So for 2026, the plenary committee meetings will be in-camera meetings on Wednesdays at the MRC at 9 AM, starting at 9 AM. Typically the second Wednesday of the month, except for a few exceptions, and no sitting in July. For the TNO and the council meetings, there will be public meetings at 6:30 PM on the third Thursday of the month. Again, with a few exceptions and no meetings in July. So the calendar is in decide to be adopted for 2026.
Okay, thank you very much. Who would like to move that? Mayor Jennifer Quill. All those in favor? And opposed, and that carries. And just like to say, it was Mayor Jennifer Quill who helped us with this, because we had an issue where we needed a period of 72 hours, and she was the one that suggested we go to Thursday night meetings. Thank you. 13.4, appointment of a replacement to the Outaouais Regional Project Selection Committee, FRR1, resolution Kim Lesage.
On a besoin d'une résolution pour donner des remplaçants au comité régional de sélection de projet pour les FRR1. C'est un comité pour le ministère des Affaires municipales. So this is for the Ministry of Municipal Affairs FRR1 funds. That we have a selection committee that's composed of the elected officials, the wardens of the Outaouais and the mayoress of Gatineau. We also are looking then to have by resolution some mayors to replace the elected wardens or the mayor on these committees. So there is a resolution to propose Mayor Raymond Pilon as a replacement, Mayor of Campbell's Bay, and also Pierre Cyr, Mayor of Port-Coulonge as a replacement to the replacement.
Okay, and we can shoot that so this year is not having, not for that, okay? We just check about the ex officio, yes,
At the FR1 regional meeting.
perfect. And then
Selection
replacement for him, very
Yes.
good. Moved by Mayor Sandra Armstrong, all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 13.5, adoption of a specific directive on the use of a language other than the official language. Resolution, Kim Lesage, maybe explain a little bit about this. Thank you.
Cette résolution, c'est pour adopter la directive pour les exceptions dans lesquelles les employés de la MRC vont utiliser une langue autre que le français pour des tâches, différentes tâches. So there's the act respecting the French language in Quebec. There's a language policy which came into effect on June 1st, 2023 that applies to municipal bodies. The regulations talk about, because we have to be exemplary in using the French language, However, we're allowed to determine by policy when we would have exceptions to using a language other than the French language. So right now, we have an obligation to prepare this directive, to also submit it to the Ministry of French Language, to publish it on the MRC website, to distribute it to our municipal staff, and to the MRC board, and to review it at least once every 5 years. So an example would be if we're to use a document that was prepared for for example, a request for funding for provincial, or not a provincial, but for a federal grant, and they're asking for a document that we only have in English, while there's exceptions that would allow us to use that document. It's receivable, so different examples like that. When we use another language, so when we would use English typically for us, and how we would make sure that we're not able to use French first. Is to adopt the directive.
Okay, thank you very much. Could I have someone move this resolution?
I noticed that
Just a minute, do you have a question?
oh, sorry.
Yes, Mayor Evans?
I noticed that the directive is it CF version in English?
You do it on the website. And that's how I did it. You did it on the government website, so you pick the exceptions and it spits out that document. We can have it translated.
Yeah, I cannot adopt a directive that I can't fully understand.
Okay, well, you can vote against it.
No,
Absolutely.
I'm unable to vote responsibly and I will abstain.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Please note that.
Thanks for mentioning that.
That's the name we have voted. Is that correct? Was that all vote for or?
So we're, thank you.
I feel that there's exceptions when you don't have the information to make an informed decision.
It's just the way that I agree with you, and you can abstain in Ontario. I'm not sure if this is a Quebec thing.
Of course, it's a Quebec thing. You don't have enough information supplied, you don't have to vote.
Right.
Then you can put off the vote for another time.
So Travis, can we have abstentions?
Not according to section 164 of the municipal code.
Okay, so in the municipal code, apparently, it says that it's a yea or a nay. So I would vote against it. If you feel you don't have enough information, it's always best not to look for something.
What information would you be missing in order to have an educated vote?
It was posted on the site on Sunday. It would be a translation of the document, which done, but we can also postpone this.
Did we not just postpone it for convenience?
It has to be adopted by December 1st by the next week.
So we can't postpone.
Or how do we know what we're adopting?
It could have been translated to which people, I'm guessing.
You just explained what we're voting about, aren't you?
Exceptions when we would be allowed kind of, or when our staff would perhaps need to use the English language. If we have somebody that comes in and is speaking, or that even one of them is that before, I think it's May 2023 or 2013, they were getting information from us in English. Well, if they still don't understand French, we have to keep giving them information in English. Like, it's just these exceptions that are allotted more in the law. I believe that's nice.
Mayor Corey Spence?
Can we just get the document translated and we can respond to the agenda and get us back to
How long is the document?
5 days?
Just, okay, very good. So we'll just defer this and come back to it. Okay, let's keep moving.
Just, I'm gonna correct, all municipalities had to adopt this.
Sorry a minute.
I need to ask the power. Do you remember doing this at all?
Honorary Cass.
No, I asked, where did you ensure insurance? a lot of them did it in like a year ago because.
Yes, it's been done.
Their deadline was pushed to December first. I guess, did something change in the census data that triggered this requirement for us? Just from, in 2023, there was a new law, the language law. Came into effect, the language policies that come into effect June 1st, 2023. And we had until, maybe it was a year to adopt the direction of when you're going to use the language other, and then that was pushed to December 1st. So I know a lot of municipalities, everyone I've talked to have already adopted this, and some of it was over a year ago, yeah.
Mayor Joanne, go ahead.
What's the consequence if we don't have it done by December 1st?
They don't need to approve it, they just need to submit it.
So this is what has been known as just requesting bilingual status, is it not?
Part of that.
Part of that.
Would we lose?
So
our
just to
bilingual-
say,
No.
it's never been denied anyone who's ever asked for it. In our 18 municipalities, we have 15 that have bilingual status. 3 are first language French and have not requested it. And those are Fort Collage, Mansfield, and L'Île-de-Grand, Calumet. Everyone else, I think it's important to request it by
It's not
December.
for the,
I know.
status.
No, but in the past, this is what, and some mayors actually had said to me that with the election, they had kind of forgotten and not thought about it. So I'm just using this as an opportunity to remind everyone that they should also ask for that for the residents.
We did like a year ago. I thought it was in there.
Aren't you talking about more what's conducted here in this building?
It's for the municipal bodies that have to adopt how they will. What language communication, either writing or verbally, with their employees, with their contractors.
Yeah. Okay. Mayor Sandra Armstrong.
I don't wanna make trouble or nothing, French or English for me is good both language, but I'm wondering if it's allowed, Travis, maybe you can answer, or Kim, is it allowed to use depot on a,
No,
it's not allowed to
it's not.
It won't let you
translate
sign
documents.
documents.
No.
Nobody posted.
No.
It's for if you're asking for.
Okay, yeah, because it's Quebec government, and, yeah,
You
okay.
can translate.
Thank you.
You can,
Yeah, because-
you can translate a document, but the French takes precedence.
Yeah.
But it's a
In
non.
terms of the
It's a
understanding,
non-legal
interpretation.
document though, Jennifer.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah.
for use by.
Yeah,
It's for internal use.
Yeah.
I don't worry about it, it's just for us not to get in trouble
Okay,
with this.
so one person at a time, please. Mayor Sydney Squid.
I just want to confirm that this is separate from the bilingual status, because I was under the impression after plenary that it was the bilingual status.
No.
So I want to confirm that it is not.
It's not, so.
This is in addition to that?
Addition.
Okay.
Because we do have to wait until the 2026 census data is complete and provided to us.
Yes, that.
To determine
Yeah.
whether, which ones of us remain.
With percentages of how people identify first language?
That's right.
Okay. Mayor Evans, go ahead.
Can we request an extension to the December 1st deadline, perhaps?
Well, I'm sorry.
They're calling.
I don't, this is a director for the working body here, if
Exactly.
I understand that right.
Yes.
So it just
It's
describes,
administration.
it's for administration, it gives the the employees the right to speak to someone who speaks to them in English.
So we tried to put in as many exceptions as we could.
Yes,
Anything that I thought.
this is.
It's trying to help our population that are more Anglophone than French.
Yes, yeah, so it's just giving them the right to express themselves in English, to give documentation out in English and so on. That's what it's about. It's anyway.
Why vote for it?
I mean, and the getting the document translated is fine in people, but it's an unofficial document.
Yeah,
It
this
would
is the sent to the
So-
ministry in French, so it's on their, it's an application on their website that you just.
You don't want to get la piste de la langue française upset with you.
Mayor Evans?
Well, they just, it's not an issue of preference of language, it's a matter of due diligence and responsibility.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Corey Spence.
So, just to follow up on this, seems like we're going down a deep hole here. I think you should try your best to accommodate in meeting, the mayor here by giving her, a document to read. And then, well, if I need the move a motion that we go ahead and vote, and if she wishes to abstain, then we gotta follow the Quebec, law, which says that, that she is in waiting.
Okay, great. And I think a while ago I suggested deferring this until some kind of translation could be given to her.
Yeah.
So that you would understand, yes, 5 pages, whatever, yeah. So let's just keep moving with this agenda and we'll come back to that. So we're not voting on it right now.
Does anyone else?
One there, I think you're the only one, but that's fine. 13.6, sale for taxes, Francis, are you able to look at after that, translation? Thank you. 13.6, sale for taxes, 13.6.1 in Thorn, Kim Lesage resolution.
Thank you. So this is a resolution for, to sign at the notaries, related to a sale auction. And we need a resolution to allow myself and the warden to sign on behalf of the MRC. This is for, Mike Kaledi.
Okay, thank you. To have someone move the resolution. Moved by Mayor Terry Murdoch. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. 13.6.2, sale for taxes in Bryson. Resolution.
This one in Bryson, so this one is to allow myself and or the DGA, Gary Leclerc, to sign a contract prepared by notary Gabriel Girard.
Okay, thank you. Could I have someone carry this resolution? Thank you. Moved by Roger. Can you please pronounce your last name for me again?
Lafond.
Lafront?
Lafond.
Lafont.
Lafond.
Thank you. I won't ask you again. Moved by Mayor.
I'll just tell you, it's yours.
Well, here, this is going to impress you. Moved by Mayor Roger Joseph Peter Lafont. How's
Here.
that?
Here.
If you wanted to do it correctly, that's right. You're indirect.
Proud
It's like those
myself.
French have a
Remember all
different word for
names.
everything.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 14, now, at the request of Mayor Doris Range, who was very concerned about the recent power failures with Hydro-Quebec. It was also not just Hydro-Quebec, it was the impact with Bell Canada. And so we have drafted a resolution and I'm going to read it, but it will be proposed by Regional Councillor Doris Range. So I'll read it, Doris, and I hope you will be satisfied with this. Whereas the MRC Pontiac is currently experiencing an unprecedented number of power outages. Whereas this has become a safety and security issue where lives are potentially endangered, such as residents who are dependent on oxygen and other medical apparatus requiring electricity. Whereas this has a significant impact on our CLSCs, the Pontiac Hospital, this CAP, and several seniors residents in long-term facilities. Whereas this also has become a safety and security issue because of lack of communications, landlines cannot be used, cell service is non-existent in some areas, and internet is not allowing Wi-Fi calling. Whereas we have also identified another issue with Bell Canada service, which is the length of time for backup battery life, as it is not even lasting 24 hours, which has a direct impact on Bell services. Whereas this has a significant impact that's repetitive right there, I'll take that line out. Whereas there exists a report stating that MRC has more outages than any other part of Quebec. It is proposed by Regional Councillor Doris Range and resolved that the Warden and the Council of Mayors request a contact person with Bell Canada for 24/7 availability assigned to the MRC Pontiac to enable communication of problems as they arise and faster solutions. Also that the length of backup battery storage be looked at or increased. It was also resolved that this resolution be sent to Hydro-Quebec, Ms. Claudine Bouchard, President CEO, Mr. Simon Desjardins, Conseiller Affaires Régionales, Mr. Mirko Bibic, President and Chief Executive Officer of BCE and the Bell Outaouais Representative, Mr. Francois Legault, Mr. Francois Bonardel, Minister of Public Security, the Outaouais Regional Office of the Ministry of Public Security, Mr. Andre Fortin, MNA for Pontiac, as well as the 4 other Outaouais MNAs who are listed here. Ms. Sophie Chatat, and, who is our MP. Okay, is that okay, Doris? Does that cover what you were looking for? Okay, so moved by. MP.
It should say battery charge.
Pardon me, is the battery charging?
Yeah, correction, battery charge. It's batteries that go dead. so
Backup
we-
battery life, I'm calling it.
Okay,
So
battery
last,
life.
at least 24 hours, because you were telling me after 12 hours it was kaput. And that we
That's
need to
good.
have this increased and looked at. Okay, all those in favor? Also, it's moved by Doris Norte.
Yeah.
All those opposed, and that carries. Thank you. We'll go
Excuse
on.
me. I
Yes,
just wonder,
Mayor Terry Murdoch.
I just wonder why it only happens in your neighborhood.
Well, that's what I asked if anybody else had the same problem.
No, never.
Maybe you're never, you've ever been like 24 hours or 28 hours without hydro? That's possibly why.
But it's strange, eh?
Yeah, so Mayor, of course,
Well, you have a
has
different
insight.
maybe from the sky.
So, from what I understand is, so in the village of Chapel, there's a well station there, and if the power goes out after a certain period of time, they come with the generator and they charge that. But I believe it doesn't reach as far as Sheenboro, so Sheenboro was out for a period of about 12 hours, and in between that, I'm of the understanding that there's battery backups in there that.
Well, there's an internet, there's a
There's a backup.
there's a backup in Shaneboro that needs to be charged.
So that never got charged. Those batteries.
Well, it came at 5 o'clock when I started, I sent messages to Jane, Andre Forte. Of course, I forgot about Sophie. I just thought of her as being federal, but apparently communications, federal have a lot to do with it.
Well, we can never have too many people knowing about these companies. Okay, perfect. We'll move on to 15. MRC committees, committee composition and membership. And I just want to say I had a good communication from Mayor Quayle today. And one point that she made, which I agree with, is that in the case of being the warden and also Raymond Pilon being the pro-warden, where we're called ex officio, that if we're listed with committees, so that ex officio be added in brackets. So I agree with that. So that we don't need to vote on it. It's just going to happen.
That is based on our MRC policy on things.
And we've also decided, because it is, Mayor Quill requested it, and we have a new council, a new term, that in January, we'll have time at our plenary meeting, we will look at policy for committees. And I think you agreed with that, Mayor Quill?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you. Very good.
And before we start, we have a list of committees here. I'll just repeat it for everybody, that we're going to appoint members. It's not all of the committees of the MRC.
I'm not gonna read them out and go over.
Well, this is just general. It's not all of our committees, but we're starting with some of the committees, in case anybody in the public audience was wondering.
Okay.
But we're not missing a committee.
Oh, so are you getting a list right now, or are you?
We're gonna go one at a time.
Okay, very good. 15.1, Human Resources Committee, could I have someone move a resolution?
So, c'est une résolution pour personnes vont siéger sur le comité de ressources humaines, with the mandate of the HR committees to discuss matters related to the management of non-unionized staff and present recommendations to the Council of Mayors. Right now, we have a recommendation to appoint mayor for expense. Pauline Lariviere, Sandra Armstrong, Ed Walsh, Jordan Evans, Cindy Squiddy, and Bill McCleary to the HR committee.
Okay, who would like to move that?
No, I still have a question.
Yes.
I had put my name on that committee, at plenary, want to put my name there.
You're the ex officio.
No, that's
So
why.
we're gonna add a note for future reference, because you are the borough warden and that Jane is the warden, you de facto are a member of all committees.
Okay.
And I always attend HR. I've considered myself a member, but
You don't have to attend, but
yeah, he may change his mind now. No, that's out of choice. It's no, there's no requirement. Okay. Mayor Evans.
So two questions, there's my name is spelled wrong on that one. First time it comes up.
Monger, I, Jordan.
And,
Oh, he's thought.
thank you, and then, just for all the committees, just a general question for clarity and transparency. But can you confirm that the committee chairs are selected by the members of each committee at their first meeting?
They
Yes.
will be, absolutely.
Yeah, we can
Good
confirm
question.
that. Not pre-decided at the first meeting. Okay? Yeah. Campaign speeches and everything. All those in favor? Who's moving it by the way? HR.
Nobody, yet.
How about Mayor Colleen Lemmerdier? All those in favor?
Thought we did.
Opposed? And that
It's
carries.
just information.
All right, budget committee.
Resolutions, each
Yeah.
resolution, okay.
Résolution pour les membres du comité budget. So the committee for budget involves various issues surrounding the budget, including annual budget preparation and in-year follow-ups. So right now, for the budget committee, we're looking for a resolution to appoint for expense Donald Gano, Doris Ranger, Edward Walsh, Jordan Evans, S. Evans, Pierre Cyr, Sydney Squiddy, and Sandra Armstrong.
Okay. Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Donnie Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. 15.3, Investment Committee and Advisory Committee. Ken.
Une résolution pour les membres du comité d'investissement commun CIC et le comité aviseur. So right now, it's the CIC policy is with regards to sound portfolio management and ensures the promoters have internal and external resources to support and advise them. So this is to appoint Emin Valley, Morton Toller, Sandra Armstrong, Connie Gdaski-LaSalle, Stéphane Labine, Nicole Thompson, and Karen L. Ketch on the board. This. I know these names on this, so we could do like what we said earlier, we'll remove our name and then just have resident, so sure. So, did everybody understand? I think it's very exciting. Yes.
Okay, I'd like to move this, moved by Mayor Doris Ranger. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. The Public Safety Committee, CSP, Kim.
So as opposed to the other committees that we have at the MRC that are dictated by our policy on committees internally, this one's governed by the Police Act. So the CSP committee, here. Designate 4 to 7 people that are chosen amongst the member of council of the local municipalities. And where applicable, and there it is, the warden that is elected in accordance with the act. So this would be a resolution to nominate for the CSP councilors, Mayor Sandra Armstrong, Donald Gagnon, Edward Walsh, Raymond Pilon, Joanne Ralston, Bill McCleary, and Kevin Murphy.
And there can only be 7. And there's,
4 to 7, 7 is the maximum by the act.
and Raymond is not considered ex officio for this.
This they don't mention it in the police act.
Okay. Who would like to move this? Moved by Mayor Roger Lafond. All those
I
in
have
favor?
a question here or a statement to make here, that I just, I'll support this. I'm in favor of this, the current composition as presented. But I do look forward to having the meeting in January, where we can discuss making recommendations to the current MRC policy on committees. I think there can be a lot of improvements made to it, particularly in terms of greater regional representation on certain committees. This one in particular, this is the Public Safety Committee involving the police in our area. And as it stands now, Pontiac North is not represented here at all, so there's no one from Erin and Kaywood or Thorne or Otter Lake. So I'd like to have a constructive discussion when the time comes to address that issue.
Okay, thank you. Good point.
I just want to, I'm not 100% sure, but is the fire chief role from Otter Lake on the committee?
On this committee?
Oh, no, that's
No,
CSI.
yeah, it's at least one, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They should have the
Back on track here. Very good point, and agree with it. 15.5, Fire Safety Committee, CIS or
Need a vote.
Oh, we were actually, yeah, next time, when I call a vote, usually it's too late for questions. You're right, I stopped. Just a moment. We hadn't voted yet, but I called the vote and I recognized Mayor Webb, but we didn't vote. So again, it was moved by Roger. All those in favor? Opposed, that carries. Perfect. Now we go to Fire Safety Committee 15.5. Kim Lesage.
Résolution pour les membres du comité sécurité incendie. So the mandate of the fire safety committee is to ensure that the actions provided for in the fire safety cover plan was carried out by fire safety services and the participating municipalities according to a plan schedule in the plan. And the committee meets every 2 months. So right now I have Bill McCleary, Ed Walsh, Sandra Armstrong, Kevin Murphy, Jordan Evans, Joanne Ralston as mayors. I have Eric Rochon, Glenn Fleury, Alicia Jones, Leila Framboise, Kevin Flute, Denis Chaussee, Sarah Bertrand, myself, Richard Claude, and Julien. So the names that are not mayors are either director generals, fire chiefs, or staff at the MRC.
Okay. Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Corey Spence. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. 15.6, the Multi-Resource Committee, the management of TPIs. Resolution, Kim.
Résolution pour les membres du comité multi-ressources pour la gestion des TPI. So this, the TPI committee, multi-resource committee has an advisory role with respect to the following matters, planning and development and use of intermunicipal public lands identified in Schedule 1 of the Land Management Agreement, planning the development of the territory and analyzing the conformity of proposed development projects, and also the use of the Fonds de mise en valeur des terres publiques intramunicipales, so that's intermunicipal public land development fund. So we are proposing 2 mayors here, Mayor Doris Ranger and Mayor Donnie Gagnon, to be on this committee.
Very good. Who would like to move this? Moved by Mayor Jean-Louis Corrigan. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. 15.7, the Revitalization Committee, 3 and 4. Resolution in massage.
Les membres du comité pour le comité de vitalisation FRR volet 4. Ça, c'est les fonds régionalité du MAMACH. So we're looking for members for the Vitalization Committee of Stream 4 of the Municipal Affairs FRR grant. The committee mandate is to define the vitalization framework and recommend its adoption to the MRC. Validate, recommend council the initiatives, projects, or interventions that should benefit from the financial support provided for in the agreement. In order to revitalize the community, improve quality of life of its population in a substantial manner. So I have the list, Patricio Gordon Collar. I have Valerie Toombs, Graham, Kevin Murphy, Jean-Louis Coe, Donnie Gagnon, Raymond Pilon, Jack Sia, Sydney Squiddy, Jordan Evans, Roger Lafont, Jennifer Quayle, the Direction General, Department of Economic Development.
Very good. We'd like to move it. Mayor Sandra Murray, all those in favor? So sorry. I miss her. I miss her, and I often think about a picture on my desk.
And you used to call her Sandra, so.
Yeah, and I've been speaking to Barry Murray recently, and I used to get the 2 of you mixed up. Here we go. Mayor Sandra Armstrong, all those in favor? Opposed, and not closed. Thank you. And then we will go on to 15.8, the Environment Committee, Resolution.
Les membres pour le comité d'environnement, so the Environment Committee is responsible for studying various files relating to the environmental issues of the MRC, including regional wetlands and water management plan, the PRMHH, the residual materials management plan, the PGMI, the climate plan, and all other environment related subjects as requested by the Council of Mayors. So we are proposing, we are for Spence, Jack Sia, Edward Walsh, Jordan Evans, Sandra Armstrong, Kevin Murphy, Valerie Tulin Graham, Cindy Squiddy, and Jennifer Quayle.
Okay, moved by Mayor Ed Walsh.
No, I had a question.
Question?
Well, it sounds like I'm on a lot of committees and I'm giving anything up and there's people waiting on this list, I'd like to have my name pulled off of that one.
Okay.
Yes, please.
There's no, max or min.
Okay, but still, I don't wanna be spending my whole lifetime up here at the MRC.
Well, I guess come to the meetings that you can come to.
Okay.
Yeah. Mayor Cindy Squiddy.
It's just to correct the spelling of my last name, it's missing the S.
I said it right. Yeah, you did.
Oh, Quiddy? Oh, we don't even like that.
Thank you.
All right.
Squiddy.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, did we know?
No, I'm definitely not.
So I was, I think I asked you, Mayor Ed Walsh to move it.
Yeah,
And then I let you speak, correct? So all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 16, CNL's Environmental Stewardship Council, resolution, Kim.
Dernier, nomination pour un comité, c'est pour le conseil de gérance de l'environnement de CNL. So this is for an appointment for the stewardship council. So it would be we're proposing to appoint Roger Lafont, Mayor of Municipality of Rapid-Jean as the representative of the MRC on the Canadian Nuclear Laboratory, so CNL Environmental Stewardship Council. And we were also looking for 2 designated substitutes, which we had not spoke about in plenary. So if we, I don't know if anybody wants to be on the CNL Stewardship Council.
Is this the one that you're on, Roger?
Yes.
I think so.
That we're
Yes, and you
nominating,
said,
we need 2 substitutes.
yes, and then 2 substitutes. Are you asking, Mayor Adams?
Volunteering.
Volunteering, very good. And,
Oh, no,
okay, anyone else
Well,
interested?
since I'm neighbors to CNL, yes, there are many meetings,
would
so I
be
have
good
to
if you
drive
would
all the way. Pardon me?
Would you like to be?
Well, I'll be on it.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mayor Doris Rossi as well.
I feel like Carrie mentioned maybe once a month, but that's not 100% sure. Is it? Yeah. I thought that was-
It's usually at the Best Western or
So Roger would be.
He's mostly there. He has let us know if he,
Yeah, back up. So, okay, very
Yeah,
good.
you're back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for volunteering. Very
I
good.
moved the.
You're the second one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Who
you're the
would
second.
like to move this resolution?
I guess.
Moved by Mayor
You-
Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.1, financial report. Andrea LaFleur? Okay, yes, good for you. Andrea, that's fine. Oh, unless you have to stay right there looking at that. It's nice to have you.
I didn't print the sheets out, Jane,
No
so,
problem.
it's just a resolution to pay the bills.
Okay,
You were all giving the list and I decided today. So there's an authorization of 68,735.08. And also $1,071,603.62, which reflects 2 months of bills because we didn't have a meeting in October. And also, there's a resolution to pay expenses of $1,678.88 for the elected officials' travel expenses that were in the month of September only.
can you give us a little bit of a breakdown of that $1 million figure? What type of?
Yeah, so I did ask questions today, look into a few things. The biggest item on here that there was no clarification on, there was an expense of $102,983.78 to a numbered company. And that has to do with the abattoir. It had to do with the moisture decontamination they had to do.
Yes.
And then with an amount in here of $21,652.67. And that has to do with garbage cans that were purchased to go along the PPJ trail.
Okay,
And I don't know why
but that's only about 123,000.
Yeah, there's fireman's training, there's 134,262.55.
Okay,
Um,
you know, with the election, and having to postpone the budget later in an election year. It'll be great for the budget committee to meet and get down to, knowing exactly, where we are, so.
Yeah, we're at finance right now, just for we have a budget committee. An HR committee meeting tomorrow and a budget committee meeting scheduled for Monday.
Right, but could I just make a request, and Andrea, you're new in the position, this is not meant as criticism, but what we're accustomed to having at a council meeting is like a spreadsheet that would be up on the screen, where we can actually see itemized, expenses and revenue. Because it's just a lot, that's a big chunk of money, and I'm sure it's all well accounted for, but, if residents were to ask us where the money is, okay, there we go.
That's all in me, I just, they're all in there.
Okay, I know it's in I decide, but we're here at this meeting, so it's nice to have it for us to see.
Yeah.
That's great. So we'll just have a look at that. Are there any questions or comments? Maybe let the mayor speak on it. Chance to look at that.
So like as of today, our total revenues is 8,270,327.63.
Can you say that again, 8,000,000?
270,327.63.
Okay, revenue to date.
Versus the budget 8,913,135.86.
Okay,
and our total expenses as of today, 7,643,674.35.
okay,
Versus a budget of the same amount, 8,913,135.86. I had questions when you get to the end of the report, Natasha. I went to see Terry about this today, and then I went back and did a little digging just to see why normally, like when you do your budget, your revenues and your expenses, when you're pushing your budget file, here it should be a zero because your revenues and your expenses in your budget should be a balanced budget. But this is appropriated surplus.
I understand.
So now I understand why that number is there.
Right.
Because we had to do that to balance the budget for 2020.
Yeah. Okay, well, very good, Andrea. Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments?
Good job, Andrea.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
job, exactly. Good job.
I'll get more used to color speaking.
All weird and natural.
Oh, yeah.
Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.2, the MRC budget and expenses and revenues of the Pontiac. Is that what, or a notice of motion?
Just a notice of motion.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Thank you. We'll take carriage. Mayor Donnie Gagnon. 17.3, another notice of motion and draft bylaw on the remuneration of the warden and members of council 2026. Who would like to take carriage of that? We're not voting on it now. Mayor Corey Spence, all those in, not voting on it. Thank you. 18, management of territory of Jason Durand. Under environment, 18.1.1.
So there's self over in
The flood zone mapping agreement, signing of the 6th amendment.
Go back to after the zoning on that.
My God.
So this is an amendment for the municipal affairs, city of Gatineau, MRC Pontiac, MRC de Colline, MRC Papineau have an agreement for the development of flood zone mapping for the Ottawa River, Gatineau River, the Blanche River and the Lièvre Rivers. And it's set to expire in March 2026. So this amendment, and this is for myself to sign the amendment, it's saying to extend it until the work is completed and it's in accordance with the ministerial guidelines.
Okay. Mayor Corey Spence. Yeah.
You've been amending this, wait a second. What happens if we don't amend, does it get different?
Then we won't have, we have to spend the money by a certain date and we're not gonna.
And
it will not, it will
the
not.
province haven't finalized it.
No. City has a contract, a consultant that's doing the work, and I'm not,
It's being led by Gatineau.
I don't know where the file stands.
Let's look into it and let you know. I think we'd all like to know. When you can know that. Yeah. And you have something to report on this, Jason?
No.
Not this one. All right, and so So that was just for information.
No, we need a.
Okay. The resolution moved by, yes.
Sorry, on this one, this is another one where, the information provided shows only isolated word changes, but not the full context or the implications of those changes. And I feel total responsibility, the complete original agreement, and an explanation of the rationale for the amendment.
We'll go through the actual, need to read the, you want me to read all the whereases in the resolution, might help.
Well, I think what would help me is the access to the original agreement, so that's how I. We might have to back. And the other amendments. And it's not, I don't tend to deliberate on past agreements, I need to understand the full scope of the agreement, that's how I process information and can report results.
Given you
Is
that.
this time sensitive? Is this time sensitive? Yes. So we're going to, need to vote on this tonight. Is there anyone else at the table that has, major questions or concerns about this? Okay, no, so I'm going to, who would like to move the resolution? Moved by Mayor Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, so we'll record that, Evans is, in opposition.
Due to lack of, due to not having.
If you don't need a reason, they're just in opposition.
For the record, I'd prefer, but. Actually, I would prefer to abstain due to lack of information, but I have to vote then.
Okay, perfect. 18.2, authorization to represent the MRC Pontiac at the Tabgir. Jason.
Yes, hello, good evening again, everyone. So as part of his mandate, the Director of Territory for the Pontiac MRC is required to represent his organization within the territory sectoral group of the Ottawa Regional Table for Integrated Resource and Public Territory Management, in other words, the TABG. Given that the current Director of Territory, myself, has represented the Pontiac MRC on this committee since 2020, so the MRC recommends reappointing myself, Director of Territory in Berlin, to his position as representative of the Pontiac MRC on the TABG. So whereas the Pontiac MRC is required to represent its organization for the territory sector group at the TABG, whereas myself has represented the Pontiac MRC at this table since 2020. So is a resolution, please.
Okay, moved by Mayor Terry Murdoch.
Peut-être vite, je vais juste traduire vite fait en français. Dans le fond, je représentais la MRC Pontiac sur le groupe sectoriel, territoire. Donc, c'est dans le fond, c'est de représenter de renouveler le mandat à représenter la MRC Pontiac pour le groupe sectoriel.
See, any comments or questions? Who would like to move? Oh, yes, moved by Mayor Terry Murdoch. All those in favor, opposed, and it carries. 18.3, temporary suspension regarding areas inconsistent with mining. 13th renewal.
Yes.
Resolution, Jason.
This process is between as long as our Shema is not, our new Shema is in that yard, and that's it. I'm going to say officially enforced. So this is the process of temporary suspension, again, like I said, regarding area inconsistent with mining. So whereas the temporary suspension regarding areas inconsistent with mining comes to an end on November 30th, 2025, whereas a temporary suspension would prevent new claims to be issued on the land while going ahead with the revision of the land use and development plan. Be it resolved that Pontiac County Council sends the government of Quebec a request for the renewal of temporary suspension regarding the areas inconsistent with mining. Donc, encore un résumé, c'est les fameux TIAM, donc c'est une reconstruction dans le fond, de maintenir les sections qui sont incompatibles avec l'activité minière sur le territoire. En gros, c'est des refuges biologiques, c'est des zones à protéger C'est des aires comment je pourrais dire, oublions en d'autres mots, des sites à protéger, des aires protégées, excusez le mot, je cherchais, des aires protégées pour être en devenir des territoires d'intérêt. Ces zones-là sont protégées contre l'activité minière en ce moment. Donc, c'est une reconstruction temporaire jusqu'à temps que le schéma d'aménagement soit mis en vigueur qui protège ces zones-là d'activité minière.
Any comments or questions? Would like to move this resolution, moved by Mayor Jennifer Quayle. All those in favor? Opposed?
Thank you, everyone. Good
Thank you,
evening.
Jason, great job. 19, economic development. 19.1.1, donation request, hockey tournament, junior hockey, Fort College. Terry LaFleur, resolution.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
So on une demande de don, on a le hockey junior association du hockey mineur, lead affaires de Fort Blanche, so from the 5th to the 7th of December. They're looking for a donation and we need a resolution to donate $200 from our, comments.
200, okay, thank you. Who'd like to move this resolution, moved by Mayor Ed Walsh. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. 19.1.2, donation request, Mansfield a Pontefract firefighters Christmas party, resolution, Terry LaFleur.
Yeah, so we have another request for donation from the Pompiers de Mansfield, les Pontefract, for the fête de Noël, c'est 13 décembre, which is my birthday, by the way.
When's your birthday?
It's in December, when the Christmas parties. So the request. Sorry.
Piece of trivia.
So, the request came in for donation of gifts, so we're donating 2 hoodies plus 2 hats for a total value of $120, so we need a resolution for that, please.
Okay, who would like to move this? May it move Mayor Sandra Armstrong, all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.1.3, sponsorship request for the Gala Excellence Sportive Away 2025.
So this is demande commandite pour le gala Excellence Sportive de la 2025 on December 18th, which is not my birthday. This is the 9th edition for the gala, and the request for the commandite is $8,000, and that comes out of our sport loisir.
Okay, very good. Who'd like to move this? Moved by Mayor Pierre Cyr. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Mayor Cyr, I've just been told by our DG that you've had your hand up quite a few times. I just can't see you.
That's fine.
So you're kind of hidden behind there. So you've got, if you want to move something, don't put your hand out like this, put it up like this.
That's
And I'm
okay.
gonna, you'll have a chance.
I have it once, it's fine, I'm done.
I know, but you missed one in the Fort College one. I know that was disappointing. Okay, 19.2, adoption policy for supporting festivals and major events 2025 to 2026. Terry LaFleur.
Yeah, so this is our policy de soutien au festival Les Grands Événements pour l'année 2026, c'est déjà 1er janvier to the end of December 2026. So considering the TMRC signed an agreement relating to the regional of the FRR with the Department of Municipal Affairs and Housing on September 22nd, considering the policy takes into account criteria set out in the delegate guide, regional and rural funds, considering that the MRC wishes to support our local events and festivals so that they can continue to thrive and represent the MRC Pontiac at a regional level. I need a resolution. And
Any comments or questions? Okay, moved by Mayor Val Doolin Graham. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. On to 19.3. Appointment of Marie Vianney to Culture Outaouais Board of Directors, resolution Terry LaFleur.
Yep, so we had a request from the Board of Directors for Culture Outaouais to have one of our staff members, Marie Gionnet, who is our commissaire de culture, and to become a member of their board of directors.
Get a resolution.
Any comments or questions?
Well, I just wanna say that he's very good, so I want to thank you on the.
Okay, I see your hand is well up there. Okay, moved by Mayor Senator Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.4, awarding of contract development of senior friendly municipality policies with Communicaire, Terry Lefleur.
This is for notre contrat pour une élaboration de politique municipale des Amis des aînés, so MATA, with Communicaire. Some of you may remember Communicaire was the firm we used for the MIFI file, immigration file. They did excellent work, actually. The offer from Communicaire came in at $26,186.96 without tax. And then considering their experience and their knowledge of this area, we'd like to proceed with the allocation of the contract. Resolution goes.
Any comments or
I
questions?
just have a comment.
Go ahead.
We had asked on behalf of Bristol to be put, to be considered, but we've had a little bit of problems in terms of a director general, so that's. We're not able to do this until after, in our December meeting.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know if there was some paperwork and information I would be able to council. With respect to that, with respect to this, yes, and priorities, right?
Would you look after that?
I certainly can.
Wonderful. Thanks for asking, Mayor Tulin Graham. Any other comments or questions while we're on this subject? Mayor City Sweaty.
I'm just wondering where the funding for this comes from. Sorry, maybe I missed it. Does it come from one of the FRRs or does it come from shares or?
There was a $1,000 request
From
from each of the
municipality.
participating municipalities. And if I'm not mistaken,
We've had our conference.
not the second really resolution. And keep going. It should be coming out of the FR2 fund.
Okay.
And it should say it somewhere. Doesn't we can do that with
That would be great if it could be
Yeah.
added in.
my bad.
No problem. Thank you for clarifying.
Would like to move this resolution. Moved by Mayor Joanne Ralston. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Excuse me, 19.5. Research project, family literacy and parental involvement in vulnerable rural environments. Resolution Terry Leclerc.
Yep. Projet de recherche littératie familiale et engagement parental dans les milieux ruraux vulnérables. So basically, there's two researchers who reached out from the University of Sherbrooke, and they're looking to do a study on parental involvement with family literacy in disadvantaged rural families. Okay, so they're looking at 20 families in the Pontiac area. We're looking at partnering with the Maison de la Famille Pontiac and the Western Quebec Literacy Council, sharing the cost. Our cost would be $5,000, basically providing. And I think it's 20 up to 20 books per family. So, and then they're gonna do the research program, and then we'll get all of the data back from that. And this is coming out of the FR for revitalization fund.
Okay, very good. How much was it again?
5,000.
5,000. Okay, very good. Who'd like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Colleen Riviere. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.6, call for project schedule, MRC 2025 to 2026 and 2026 to 2027 calendar projects. Terry?
Yeah, no worries. It was on that side during the plenary, but this is our calendar for the upcoming events for the FRR. So we talked about it already. We're going to see we passed the resolution for the festivals and grand event. There's going to be an agenda project for literacy in January 2026. There's infrastructure communities. So it's a call for project for rural communities, municipalities, and assembly sont aménagement et la mise en valeur du territoire. So that's for specific municipalities in March and April of 2026, and then as well, there's a separate project for OENLs in March and April 2026. And then we go back into the festivals and grand event for next fall as well. So that's usually, since we've been doing the FR, we've been getting the FR events annually. We put every here's sort of what we're planning for the year. I think it helps your DGs as well to get involved. We need a resolution to it.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Any comments or questions? Would like to move this resolution. Mayor Sidney Squade. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.7, resolution for funding request to the 2025 PDTO for the Castor Géant feasibility study.
Yes.
Can you just tell us again, this is some kind of trail or what? Can you tell us about
So
this?
the Castel Géant Trail is actually, I guess we'll call it the defunct trail between the Chute Blanche and Leslie Park in Otter Lake.
Oh.
It was around many moons ago. We tried to get through it this past summer. Completely impossible,
Tough going?
unfortunately. Yeah, very tough going. So we did the PDTO, which is the Programme de Développement Touristique de Tourisme Outaouais. So they have funding for us. We need a resolution to be able to apply for this funding. And it would be covered by 80% of, it's an 80-20 split. So it would be 20 for 80% covered by them, 20% covered by us.
Just two questions, who would maintain the trail once it's there and what kind of, vehicles would be on it?
So it's walking, hiking, biking, higher biking trails. And because it goes between both.
Mountain biking or
mountain
big tires or
whatnot. So we've got Leslie's already bought in, they're committed to $2 towards it. The Chutes really don't have a whole bunch of dollars to put toward it, but they're manpower, so that's what we're working on. So this is a feasibility study.
But apparently nobody uses it.
Well, nobody
No.
has been using it for sure.
Exactly, and that's why it went to where it is. So putting money into a dead horse is not a
It's
very
not,
good
we're not
idea.
putting money into it right now. Right, so this is just to get money to do a study to see if it's worth opening back up.
And nobody was maintaining.
And nobody was maintaining it as part of the process. We're getting a
But
lot
there
of
seems to
data.
be interest, there's interest in people traveling, I guess for tourism and everything else, it would be a nice.
I mean, up to you guys, it's money, it's 80% covered for the feasibility, if it's worth doing. And you guys wanna do it, then we sit down and say, are we gonna spend money?
Who are we spending the money on feasibility study?
We're asking. We're not even there yet, so we're asking the resolution from you to be able to apply to get the grant to get the feasibility study.
What is the cost?
Yeah, there is no cost right now.
Is there a projected cost?
Have none right now. All this is the way this program works, this PDTO. We need a resolution from council that says, yeah, go ahead and apply for the money. Very interested in applying, sorry, or interested. Once we have a yes, then we'll find out how much money is available. We'll see if feasibility study is possible, and then you guys decide if this is the way you want to go.
Okay. Thank you.
We have to contribute 20%, right?
Not right now,
But once, if we decide to.
once we get there,
Once we get the
Correct.
funding.
absolutely.
Mayor Johnny Gagnon, putting your hand up to move it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay, all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.8, funding application, we just did that part.
No,
This is another one.
Yeah.
Digital development component for a business.
Correct. So this is once again the same fund we're applying for, just a different project. We need a resolution from you guys. So this is actually, we already had a resolution and purchased the proposed subscription. So which is basically a data collection subscription that gives us different data sets, data points throughout the Pontiac, and we can pick where and when. We can go back 5 years and collect all this data. It was, I would have to check the resolution, but I believe it was $220,000 for this 5-year subscription. So this request here is to see if we can actually get some of that money back. So it would cover 80% of that cost we already spent, so we could reinvest those dollars, so it's FRR dollars somewhere else. So we don't know if this is gonna work, but we would like your permission to make the request.
Okay, get money back, absolutely.
They're both support.
An easy one.
So who would like to move this resolution? Mayor Colleen Lariviere, all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.9, TVA sports. There you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So this is something we've been trying to get done for a couple of years now, and unfortunately, it's never worked out. This is a partnership we have with the OVTA, so the Ottawa Valley Tourism Association, and us. Get together and do a spot, like I guess it's a show on Motorized TV. It's on TVA Sports. So they come here, they go there, they do camera work on all their trails, they promote local businesses that are around them, you know, where the trails go. So it is a package of $12,000 split between the two of us, which would be a cost of $6,000 to the MRC. $4,800 comes out of the FRR2, and it's $1,200 would be the MRC investment for this local show. So I need a resolution to be able to do that.
Any comments or questions? Moved by Mayor, oh, you've got a question?
So,
Go ahead.
just so I understand it, they're gonna come do a show and we're gonna have film.
If they're,
Do we have race that film afterwards?
I believe we do, yes. Yeah.
So it's coming to promote.
To promote our
Yeah.
snowmobile trails and the
PP or PVJ.
They call it the TVA sports.
snowmobile trails, so yeah.
Yeah. So good point. Okay, I think Mayor Pierre Sear had his hand up. Here, do it. Yes. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.10, accepting to negotiate an offer to lease with an option to purchase for lot 3,545,095.
Yes, so we discussed this a little bit at the plenary. So this is to authorize the Pontiac MRC's legal counsel to assist in the negotiation, review, and draft of the lease agreement with purchase option, with a purchase option regarding the property identified as 3545095. Just over here. So what we're negotiating with this individual and the company, I guess, is a monthly rate plus applicable taxes to be applied towards purchase price, tentative price, purchase price, subject to appraisal, and mutually agreed upon evaluation at the time the option is exercised. That the purchase option shall have a limited time frame for which the company must no later than this date finalize the acquisition and commence construction of the production unit. It is also mandatory to hold public consultations within the MRC, specifically within the municipality for which the lot in question is located. And it's further resolved that the finalized lease will be presented to council for final approval prior to signature with either party.
And it's Campbell's Bay or Litchfield?
Litchfield.
I believe it is Campbell's Bay.
Is it?
Campbell's Bay.
Oh, it's Campbell.
All right. Who would like to, any comments or questions?
It's like one.
Saying this kind of house, and then say, we want to talk about business or
Not at this time.
not this point. Okay, Ed Walsh.
Yeah, so just Terry, regarding this property, so this lease agreement is being discussed without the actual. The project that's gonna be there later. Well, because it's supposed to be a fish related thing, right? Or-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's that working? Like, it's never been told with the public yet or whatever, but you guys are gonna go ahead and do a lease with the.
We're going to, we have a proposal from the promoter that for this lease, we're taking this lease, we've already marked it up quite a bit. Now we want our lawyer to certified concretely what it is going to look like.
With
And then,
conditions.
pardon me?
With conditions.
With conditions, and then that comes back here, right? If you guys agree or not, then we sit down and negotiate that with,
Public consultation too.
that's part of the conditions.
If there is a business like that in our municipality, I was just curious because it said that he had approached them about buying, you know, with the fingerlings and all that for this project was quotation and they've never heard a word of anything about it from the other individual or
Yeah,
anything.
we aren't really at liberty to be doing a lot of talk about this.
I didn't.
No, I have the actual use.
Yeah.
These are just very early stages, so there will be lots of consultation at the right time. So I think that's all that should be said. So we're just looking at entering into the potential leads.
For us to be able to go to the others.
To the local.
Negotiate.
To negotiate. All right, resolution, who would like to move it? Moved by. Mayor, Colleen Riviere, all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 20, regional infrastructure. Oh, Jordan is reported as opposed. 20.1. Service contract for snow removal of the Stone School parking lot for the 2025-2026 season.
Hello again. So, une résolution pour octroyer un contrat de service pour le déneigement du stationnement de l'école de Pierre pour la saison 2025-2026. I think we're gonna have a real winter, lots of snow this year. We're looking to award a contract for snow removal. We received 2 submissions and the lowest bid was changed to tree service for an amount of $1,400. And that's for the snow removal at this parking of the storm school in Portland.
Okay, any comments or questions? May I have someone move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Bill McCary. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 20.2, purchase of road signs for the PPJ, resolution Ken.
Résolution pour un achat de panneaux de signalisation pour le cycloparc PPJ, la piste cyclable. So present resolution to authorize the purchase of road signs for the PPJ bike path. Right now, we're installing 17 new gates along the bike path. The gates that are along the PPJ right now were the original ones that have been that are worn, rusted, have been banged up, and some of the openings are even conformed to what was supposed to be passing by with on the bike path. So we're replacing that, and also it will be time to replace the stop signs, the these intersections, so what you're not allowed to do, we're allowed to do on the bike path, and also the kilometer markers. So we received a quote from Assin Pontiac in the amount of $9,983.37, taxes included, for the supply and installation of all this signage. It would be funded through the FIDAS Qual grant. That grant is, we use it for the PPJ. It's dedicated to improve and secure cycling infrastructure.
How many signs are there?
Well, there's 92 kilometer markers, so there's at least 92 signs. At each gate, there would, so 17 new gates, there would be new stop signs and new no entry signs, something, so quite a few.
All right, thank you. Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Val, Julian Graham. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 20.3, service contract cycling path PPJ bridge inspection, resolution Kim.
C'est une résolution pour un contrat de service pour l'inspection des ponts que nous avons au-dessus des rivières pour le cycloparc PPG. So we have 3 bridges over rivers along the bike path. So we have one in Litchfield and Bernard Creek, and we have 2 in Mansfield, Pontefract, Port Colunge area. So we went out to tender with the help of public tender for the inspection. We received 2 bids. So one was from EXP and the other one was from Axelia. So EXP came in at $88,645.66 before taxes, and Artilia came in at $153,321.51. So this is full inspection and recommendations for the train bridges that we have
It's almost
over
double.
looking at our river. So this would also come from the PPJ budget, so it's something that's planned for using for our insurance for safety of users as well, so we would recommend going with the XP to go get that shows in the spring. Okay, or no, right now.
Any comments or questions? Mayor Squitty?
So it comes from the PPJ budget, so it's not from any grant or any funding, it's from
So
the
the
chair.
PPJ budget for 2025, it would be $250,000, which when we apply for the VIDAS-12 grant that I spoke about at the past resolution, and we apply for it almost every year, and it covers 50% of all expenses, so that even includes our gas for our trucks and our salaries for our maintenance guys. So we can use it from that. The other 125, we have a portion, I wanna say 85,000 is from the FRR Stream 2 grant, and then 40,000 of it was budgeted for in our shares.
Okay, so only 40,000 of the whole PPJ budget comes from shares?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Kim, I have a question. Is that the same work? Like this is almost doubled, or is that on one contractor like out of town, like 153 to 88? That's almost double.
I'm not surprised to see numbers like that, especially at this time of year. We did tell them that there was a deadline because we want to use it from the 2025 budget to make sure that it fits within what we had for 250 grand. So some companies at this time of year will bump up the prices sometimes because they want to have it and maybe they don't really necessarily have time to do it. And EXP to me are maybe a bigger firm, I don't know for sure, than Artelia. I know they're a name I've heard a lot more often, so I think there's probably a reason behind it, but I'm not surprised with the difference.
Apples to apples, they
Yeah, but
expensive
that's what
or
happens
something.
for tender. Sometimes it's 3 times.
Other options?
Pardon?
Are there other options?
We really,
Cause it sounds like a lot of money. for
well, we have that money right now that we did.
88
this
is good,
year.
but I
That's
just
not the
questioned
point.
her.
It sounds like a lot of money for the budget.
Just the small bridges for, well, you have to consider people are coming here, they have to do, have to be all tied up because they're doing underneath bridges, over water, it's all special permits that you need or training, I guess, that you need for that. I didn't look into detail at the, proposals. Terry, do you have that?
I have here somewhere, the actual inspections of the bridges are not a whole bunch of money, to be honest with you. I wanna say it's probably less than a third of the $88,000. So we need a report, an initial report for safety of the bridges at this point in time, because we do have lease agreements with the snowmobile clubs. Thank you. We wanna make sure everybody's safe using them this winter. The biggest expense of this $88,000 is the report and recommendations for what it is that affects it. Bridges are notoriously stupid expensive. You can do them privately for a tenth of the cost, but we cannot. You know, a bridge.
Well, we have to abide by the CHPDC bridge design code.
They had a bridge in Otter Lake that went out that was private, it was not municipal. The fund that the evaluation came in at $1 million+ to change the bridge. The guy got it done locally, private, it was $100,000. So it's completely ridiculous. But these are the rules we have to follow.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, could I have someone move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Corey Spitz. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 20.4. Motoneige de Pontiac adoption of the addendum to the lease agreement for the regional park with the PSDA.
So these.
Which regional park?
The PPJ, so, yeah, the PPJ, so we leased out the PPJ to the snowmobile clubs for the winter time, so December 1st till I believe April 30th. Of each year, and so from Campbell's Bay to Wyman, it's the PDSA club. And from PSDA club and from Campbell's Bay towards Waltham, it's the Penguin Club. So the first resolution is for the PSDA, the Pontiac Snowmobile Drivers Association. It's only a few precisions that they've asked for clarification in the interpretation of certain articles in the agreement that we had signed in 2024, and also clarification for that they are to open and close the gates at the beginning and end of each season. So this is for the addendum to the contract.
Okay, any comments or questions? Mayor Evans?
Sorry. Silly question, but just clarifying, you're referring to only your, the MRC.
Can you say it loud enough so everyone can hear, please?
Are you referring to only the?
Yeah, and we do, it is specified for your knowledge, but in our lease agreement, you know, the property, the lot numbers is all specified in there.
Okay, who'd like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Ed Walsh. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. We now go on to 20.5, the addendum to the National Park lease agreement with the Penguin Snowmobile Club resolution.
So this
DG Kim Lesage.
same thing, but for the lease that we have with the Penguin Club, so just for the amendment to that lease that was signed in 2020.
Okay, any comments or questions? It's moved by Mayor Donnie Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Is there anything under miscellaneous?
Do we want to go back now to 13.5?
Okay, we'll go back to 13.5, which was the issue that Mayor Evans was asking about.
This is where
As Mayor Evans had to see the translation.
Thank
Yes.
you, thank you
Yes.
very much, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I have to put it in, indeed,
Good.
Yes, friends.
Has it made a difference?
in support, yes.
Okay, very good. So we can vote on it. Very good. Would you like to move it?
Don't go that far.
Moved by Mayor
Anything that's
Armstrong,
affecting our language.
who moves more than any other person.
Selfish, but not reckless.
What do I mean by that? I mean, she's in my line of vision. Many other people are putting up their hands, but I can always see this. So 13.5. We are now going to vote on it. It is moved by Mayor Sandra Armstrong. Is that the adoption of a specific directive on the use of a language other than the official language. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Very good. Thank you for reminding me about that DC massage. And now we go back to miscellaneous. Is there anything on that point? Miscellaneous? I know, but oh, anything, of course, I do. Too many want to do.
It's an internal dialogue that's going on.
No, my point is miscellaneous is just mentioned when there's nothing under it, so I usually ask you, do you have anything under miscellaneous?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Request for special meeting.
That's 21.1. Excuse me, that's 21.1. Okay, so is there anything else under this first? Yeah, all right, now we go on to 21.1, special meeting requested, and so I'm going to give floor initially to Mayor Evans, just to describe what it is you're asking.
Thank you.
And then we can ask questions, open it up for discussion.
I propose that we schedule a special meeting on the topic of litigation with Alan. I'm sorry. I propose that we schedule a special meeting on the topic of litigation with Ally Haywood.
Okay, and so it's a little time sensitive because of something that's already booked for December 11th, so this special meeting would need to take place next week. Depends on the topic. Yeah, what is the topic?
That is the topic.
You're asking for a wait, are you asking for the suspension of the litigation? Is that the idea?
No, it's just on the topic of litigation with Emily.
So
Mayor Colleen
so
Levy.
is it an information meeting to bring you up to what, yeah, to speed or to what the process was, how it went down, what's going on? Like, I don't know.
I think it would be helpful if the new mayors had all the information that all the existing mayors have, all the documentation, sort of from the get-go, everything they have.
Well, as Mayor Quayle suggested, you know, what the process one was, point form of,
Summary document, but it would be great if the new mayors could hear the same, you know, presentation from Charles LaPut, get all of the same information. Why would you not want to provide
well, if
everybody
they
with
wanted
the
to
same
go to
information?
hear, well, if they wanted to hear Mr. LaFoot, they should have went to the meeting.
They weren't mayors at the time, though.
Well,
And that was in plenary.
I got a few other hands up. We'll start with Mayor Donnie Daniel.
Yeah, my question is, why a special meeting? Can we not go through this at our plenary?
At plenary in December?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
I'm
it's the day you have the laboratory starts, is that right, with the 10th?
But I don't think this has any bearing on the depositions given on the 11th. Like providing everyone with information
you know
has
why I'm
no
asking?
bearing on this.
The reason I'm asking is, or suggesting that, is that on Monday, the topic was suspension of legal proceedings. That was the resolution or the request.
So now she was just asking for a special meeting for information. What's wrong with providing the information?
Well, I think that Mayor Daniel has a good point. If that's not your intention to try to suspend anything, then time is an issue. Time is not an issue. And our next scheduled plenary, am I correct that it's December 10th?
Correct.
Okay, Wednesday, December 10th. So we'll just put it on the plenary agenda, just for information, I guess.
I would like to
Unless
have
anyone
Charles LaFoot come and present to all of the new mayors so that they have, how is that not appropriate? I
Not
think that
appropriate
is
at the plenary.
Absolutely appropriate. It was appropriate in plenary the first time,
Well,
when he
then-
came and he
They were not
presented in
going to
plenary.
argue about that. I gave you my initial reaction, and now Mayor Vice Vince.
I just wanna add that I agree, it's important that they all get the information.
Yes.
However, we gotta take into consideration not everybody's time. So all the other mayors that went through all this stuff, and, you know, we got lots of work to do, concerning budget, concerning HR issues and all that stuff. I think it's important that we get the proper information for the mayors. And that could be done in a short form manner, with maybe, where they can do other research on their own time type of thing, you know, but here's the information. And I'm sure you can provide a lot of insights
Yes,
on
I
that.
can, and I definitely, like, I support for sure what you're saying, and I understand that tremendously.
Yeah.
Everything that needs to get done in the short amount of time, but I also understand that it's taxpayer dollars being used by the MRC to take one of their own to court for litigation. And I think it's dereliction of duty to
Actually,
not
just
provide
a moment.
all information.
Actually, at this point, Mayor's Square, we're just deciding on whether we're having a special meeting.
And I'm asking if Charles can attend.
So we're just planning a special meeting, and Mayor Gagnon has suggested it be during plenary, and there will be a limited amount of time to spend on this item because we've got a budget and many other things.
So great, I'll invite Charles to come on December
No,
10th to
you-
plenary
no,
presentation.
No, I'm sorry, that's not appropriate.
So you're denying us the opportunity to provide
I am not
everybody with
getting
the
into
information?
I'm not getting into a debate.
Okay, I would just like that noted in the minutes, please, that the request was made to have
That's
Mr.
fine.
LaPointe present
Mhm.
to the new mayors. It can even be a special meeting with just the new mayors, if nobody else.
Well,
Okay.
if you wanna do that, why don't you have a municipality and invite the new mayors? I mean.
Well, it's the MRC.
Excuse me, it's my time now, sorry. So I am tired of this story. You did not pay your shares. You wanted to pay what you used to pay, and it's not like that it works in the real life. Sydney, you might be mad at me or not, I don't care really, because you need to understand, Sydney, that the real world is like that and it works. And we have Shanna put here, we have all the other people, and I believe in this MRC, we have people that works here can explain us better as we can.
Sandra, I like you. I have nothing against you personally, okay? No, I'm sorry, I'm allowed to.
You cannot
rebut
actually
that.
bringing people for the same thing because you're not bringing.
There are new people around the table who have
Actually, should be talking to the
choices.
chair.
I am the chair of this.
Talk to the chair.
I am the chair of this meeting.
True,
And we have other
sorry.
questions
One at a
that
time, so
other
I can
people
hear.
who have their hands up. And so I decide who has the floor. This, you were rebutting to Sandra, and that's not the time for a rebuttal. So, Bill, did you have someone else had their hand up?
But I will.
Go ahead, Mayor McCleary.
Have we not hired a lawyer to look after this matter?
Yes.
What's the process now?
Again, spending taxpayer
Okay,
funds
thank
that you
you.
may not need.
Well, then
And-
make a motion to remove the lawyer and vote on.
Make a motion to remove the lawyer and not
And-
take it to court?
Well, if it's
No.
in court, why would we?
Because it
Right
has
now,
not
we're
gone to
voting-
court yet. And it's-
Actually, I think we've solved the problem. We were asked to have a special meeting. Instead of a special meeting, we are saying it will be on the plenary for any of the new mayors who need questions answered. And, there are new members here at the table, but there are also the majority of people sitting at the table have been very involved with this issue for a year and a half. And so most of us don't have questions. We understand the issue clearly. So let's leave it as it will be an item on our agenda at the plenary meeting, and it doesn't warrant a special meeting.
And I would like it noted in
And
the
so-
minutes that I requested.
Yes,
Kim?
okay, fine. Belle, go
Kim, I
ahead.
would like it
Excuse me,
noted.
Mayor Tulin Graham, go ahead.
I was just wondering, because we've had to have 2 extraordinary sessions in the last 2 weeks because of our particular situation. Is there a way that we could have, I don't know the background, I only heard what I've heard through papers, et cetera. But is it possible that instead of taking the plenary time that's attributed to budget, et cetera, a half an hour before, as an extraordinary session? Okay, 45 minutes, but for new mayors, not other people who are fine with their knowledge. But it's 3/4 of an hour before, and then I would really like to hear the position, but then not tie other people's time up.
All right, so
Possibility.
the whole story has been well documented in our local newspapers, and I'm sure many of the mayors who are new mayors are aware of it. Are there any other, let me ask, do the other new mayors have concerns or questions where you feel you need to have a meeting or time devoted to answering some questions you might have? Do you feel fairly clear on the issue? I'm just curious. Okay, go ahead. Mayor Joanne Ralston first.
Yes, the timeline, I think would be, like you had mentioned, Jennifer, I think that would be helpful. To me, other things I've read about and, our previous mayor, we have spoken on the issue type thing, so, I do have information about it, like, what was going on through the media and all that too, and, concerns are repercussions to our municipality, which is a small, municipality too, so the way the evaluations are, but also, we can't afford to be.
Replacing that money
Yes,
that hasn't been paid.
yes, that's another concern, but
Exactly.
I have,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, well, I know, okay, thank you very much. I'll go ahead and let other people speak. Mayor, here.
Well, just a suggestion, maybe we can have a team meeting, with just a
Just on
resume.
Teams.
On Teams, for the people that wants to know, just not the details of the legal action and everything, but just an half an hour, 45 minutes, just as to sum up, where it started and, where it's going, where are we at what we are right now. Then, it doesn't consume the time of everyone.
I think it could be done,
Sorry.
And it responds to the need of certain person to have more information.
Yeah. I'm wondering who's going to be leading this meeting and who's providing the information, because there can't be bias. There has to be like factual information. It can't be based on things that we're hoping for, or it has to be to date. Where do we stand? It's $289,000 that's missing from shares that were to be paid in 2024 that had been voted on in 2023. And the way it works with the arrangement that we have with our 18 municipalities is everyone has a share to pay. And if that money is not paid, how is that money made up? Is it going to be made up by the 17 other municipalities contributing? The other issue is that we have been hearing honestly, Mayor Switty, for months that you're getting an answer from the government. And Mayor Daniel asked you at the plenary meeting, have you got any new information? And so there is no new information. And in our hearts, we're sorry that this is happening. No one wants to see, another municipality taken to court. However, it's really not a political decision, it's an administration decision, because we have a business that needs to, it's a business decision, we have to operate. And I believe that the larger amount that you disagree with was actually collected by your taxpayers.
No, it's not actually, I'm sorry, I just.
I asked her and she had said it was a mistake.
No, it was not collected. What we collected on was the new evaluation that came back. And Kim, you were wrong when you said it was a comparative factor that changed, because it was not. It was the evaluation that changed. The global evaluation of what we taxed on changed, okay? So we taxed on X amount of dollars. The MRC charged our shares on a higher number than that, with the 370%. When it came back at 85% increase instead of 370, that is what we charged our taxpayers on, not on the 370, which we are being charged on. The number was amended, we're still being charged on the real number. And in the real world, Sandra, I'm sorry, if you got a T4 from your employer that said you made $100,000.
It's not appropriate for you to be speaking.
But
Armstrong. No,
well, Mayor Armstrong.
Go ahead, Mayor.
Like that, so I'm just trying to explain this.
I'm going to direct the question to the chair.
Yes.
So that year, when you prepared your budget, you had to have put in your budget what the MRC was requesting.
Yes.
So which means when you you balanced your budget, revenues, expenses. So which means you did collect that money.
Yes.
Or you cut
I was told.
you cut in different ways to bring your budget. Maybe you took $50,000 out of something and put it in order to collect, to balance the budget. But that money was accounted for in your budget. It had to be.
We budgeted money aside to pay this if we have to, while we fight this. We had to pass a budget, yes, for sure. While we contest this, we also offered on numerous occasions to pay the amount based on the new evaluation, okay? That resolution was not even discussed at the table of mayors. We also requested numerous meetings with the warden and DG, which were all denied. You guys have no, but there's no.
I'll correct that right now.
There is no sense at this MRC to work with us to correct the issue.
Okay, so a meeting was requested.
Yes.
And I spoke to our DG about it, and we were all set to meet with you, and then we were told it could not be just with Carl, Mayor, your mayor, and Isabel, which is what we agreed to.
Yes.
It had to be an entire committee of people.
No, it did not
So-
have to be an entire.
And then,
It's
the
when
last
you found
week
out.
of December, to prevent any interest, because I didn't want to see you paying any interest, I reached out to the mayor and DG and asked would you be willing to pay something? And the answer was no.
The answer was yes, with the
And now we're
resolution
going to
from the
go to
FCC.
Mayor
accepting
Roger
that agreement.
Williams. Go ahead, Roger.
I'd like to make a suggestion. As the new mayor. He said, she said, she said, he said. Is it not possible that we can get information instead of all of this again, because I've been here twice. And this has taken precedent over everything.
Yeah.
Not over it's over the budget, it's over all the other important things that we have to discuss here. We all have our own municipalities, we all have our own problems. So my question is there any way that we as new mayors can get our information sent to us? Because I'm sure these people do not want to go through it again.
No.
And
I
again,
think that's a
I
good
get
idea.
the idea
Put a
that it's
package together for you to have.
just the
And
new
you
mayors.
can read it yourselves.
And we can make our own informed decisions, like what I've read so far, I would like to see acknowledgement from a lawyer stating the reason why they're not supposed to pay this or pay that. If they're being advised by a lawyer, then it's gotta be made public, it's gotta be made available to us. So that we can make an informed decision.
All right, why don't you?
If that is.
Yes, I've got an answer from, our DG for you. Go ahead, Ken.
Everything, any information that we've given to our lawyer with the facts that the old council made their decision on to move forward with that. So the
I think that
timeline,
background would be
something like the
important.
timeline mentioned.
Exactly.
Compress a quick overview so that we can.
Resolutions and resolution of failing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that. I think that would be helpful. Thank you.
Very good. You're welcome. My next person is, Mayor Terry Murdoch had something to say.
I was just gonna say the same thing, put it on paper and spread it around. You know, this is waste of time and a bunch of
Okay.
foolishness, actually.
Thank you very much. Anyone else like to speak?
It's gonna say that,
Mayor Quill?
yeah, these kind of discussions back and forth aren't fruitful at all, but what we need are fact-based document.
Yes.
Says, and that's relevant to this table. What has this table decided on and when?
Right.
And why?
That will
And
be prepared.
by the same token, we need to include, like, who's going to vet that document? Because there are documents that were sent from Eileen and Kaywood that ought to be in that timeline as well.
There were
You know,
documents sent here that were not.
if whatever the MRC received should be noted and the date. And then from the see.
So I think we've got the answer. We won't have a meeting. We'll prepare a document. Yes. Yeah. So we'll have, yes. So the resolution was to have a special meeting. Moved by Mayor Jordan Evans. All those in favor of holding a special meeting for, and we know we're gonna get an information document. Okay, so is there a need for a special meeting?
Yeah. The vote is for
Special meeting. Okay, all those in favor of a special meeting? Okay, opposed to meeting a special meeting? Okay, that's what carries, so there will not be a special meeting. And so as soon as possible, we will move for. Pardon me?
I can see right now.
Right, the people that report were much less than the people who had their hands up opposed to a special meeting, so it does not carry. Yeah. But in the meantime, knowing that time is important, we will put together a document that can be sent to the new mayors. I don't think the seasoned mayors, the mayors who were here last term, need any more information.
It will be sent to us as well. Yes, absolutely.
They send it to everybody, okay?
And that. To ensure that it includes everything, because there were things sent to this table that were not shared. We have the email backup.
Anyways, we finished this item.
Yeah.
Let's go on. So is there another question period or statements that need to be made? All right. Could I have a resolution to close the meeting? Moved by, you're sitting where someone else always was. All right, it's a tie. Moved by two people now. I think I had his hand up.
Yeah, Pierre will.
In my line of business. If you don't get it to Pierre, we'll let Pierre.
Yeah, we'll split it.
Okay,
Pierre will.
moved by Pierre. All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried.